Greetings, everyone. Today is Friday, September 12th, 2025. The time is now 8:35. No, I'm sorry, 8:32 a.m. Look, I'm already putting too many minutes on there. 8:32 a.m. Welcome to the Louisiana State Board of Social Work Examiners board meeting for September. At this time, I'm going to ask that our secretary calls the roll.
Sure. Jamie Barney, present. Liam Doyle, absent. Trinity George,
Present.
Tyson McKee,
Present.
Melissa Haley, present.
Okay, we have our legal counsel, Sherry Morris, that's with us today, as well as our prosecuting attorney, Jim Raines. Our administrator, Emily D'Angelo, is present for the meeting. At this time, I'm going to ask if Trinity could read the expectations of the meeting.
A public comment period will be permitted for each agenda item requiring a vote. Members of the public who wish to public comment must use the raised hand function to be recognized by the chair. Any person may provide public comment only once per agenda item. Public comments are limited to 2 items per speaker. Public comments are limited to the item being considered by the board. The chair may disregard or terminate any public comment that does not comply with this paragraph. Attendance of the public portion of the meeting can obtain a maximum of 1 hour of continuing education in ethics and 1 hour of general continuing education. An email regarding continuing education credit will be sent within 30 minutes following the meeting.
Thank you, Trinity. At this time, the floor is going to be open for public comment. So if we have anyone that wish to make a public comment at this time, please utilize the raise hand feature. The public comments will be pertaining to the agenda that's set forth before you today. Any hands raised for public comment? No hands raised, okay. Have that one. So at this time, I'm going to read public comment that was received to us on Thursday, September 11th at 8 a.m. The public comment is from Ms. Kathy Lee Cornell. And it reads, I am leading a work conference this Friday and will be unable to attend the LABSWE board meeting scheduled for September 12th, 2025. My supervisor will try to attend, but cannot guarantee attendance for when the board would take my request under this consideration. Will you please include the following as my public comment for agenda items G26? Dear members of the board, I serve as the Associate for National Disaster Response for Presbyterian Disaster Assistance, a role that requires a great deal of travel to communities impacted by crises and disasters. This past summer, my work and family obligations did not permit me to return to New Orleans to meet with my supervisor for a face-to-face meeting within the 80 working hours limitation. To accommodate this issue, my supervisor and I met remotely for supervision on June 9th. I made the same request last year and it was approved by the board, and I ask that the board will also approve this request for remote supervision. Gratefully, Kathy Lee Cornell. And what I'll do is when we get to that part again on the agenda, I will remind the board of this comment. I'll leave it here also for viewing if you all would like to view it as well when we get to that part of the agenda. Okay, so being that there's no other comments made from the public at this time, the public comment period is now closed. We are not, bless you. Now we are going to, at this time, review the agenda. And I'll let y'all know there are some adjustments and changes, and then I'll entertain a motion regarding the agenda. So at this time, bless you.
Thank you.
C3 in the matter of file 2022577, Joseph Wilson will be removed from today's agenda. And then also, folks, on the agenda, we have on F1, the financial statement for the period ending. We've already done that, the little typo. That's a typo, so that needs to be removed, okay? We did that some time ago, y'all. We are in September. Okay. Anything else you see on the agenda that may need to be modified, changed? Any recommendations to the agenda? Did we miss something? We have a robust agenda. So, and I also want to make everyone aware there is a high probability that we will be leading into tomorrow, because tomorrow is strategic planning, but we may have some board meeting agenda items that we won't be able to get to today due to time, right? So some of those agenda items may continue into tomorrow. It just depends on how we, where we land, okay? All right, with that being said, I open the floor for a motion pertaining to the agenda.
So move.
It's been moved by Melissa to approve the agenda with the adjustments. Is that your motion?
Yes, ma'am.
Second.
And seconded by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to the motion on the floor? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none. Motion is carried. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the meeting held June 27, 2025.
Motion to approve.
It's been moved by Jamie to approve the minutes, seconded by Second by Melissa. Public comment pertaining to the minutes of the board meeting from June of 2025. Objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Okay, next item on the agenda is the presentation from Jim Raines in the matter of file 2022106.
This is Ms. Smith. She was a CSW whose credential is now expired. Originally, back in 2022, she was arrested for pornography involving juveniles, and she failed to advise the board of her arrest. We entered into an interim consent agreement with her in July of that year, where she was suspended indefinitely while all this legal matter was pending. She ultimately pled guilty to an amended charge of obscenity. The initial charge was dismissed. In April of 2024, she filed a motion for resentencing in her criminal case. Ultimately, that was approved by the judge. It resulted in a deferred execution of the sentence under Article 894 of the Criminal Code. She was placed on unsupervised probation for 1 year from the original date of sentencing, and the charges against her were set aside and ultimately dismissed. The main complaint or charge with her for our purposes is that she failed to timely report the arrest to us, which is in our rules. And she has now wanted to be, deal with this case. And so what we agreed to is that her credential to be engaged in the practice of social work is reprimanded, and she will pay a fine of $350 within 1 year. She's going to reimburse legal costs for the entirety of the process, which is a little over $3,000. She's going to complete a total of 20 continuing education hours regarding social work, plus an additional 3 in ethics. Before applying for an RSW credential or applying to retake the master's level exam required for the LMSW credential. She will have to pass the open book exam within 3 months after the approval of this order. And I think that's it as far as the discipline.
Any questions from the board regarding this consent agreement for Precious Smith?
I don't know if I have more concerns than questions. Because this, would the board not take into consideration the nature of the charges?
You can, it was, of course, she never went to like full on trial, so I don't know the full nature of it. From her description of it, she worked in the school, somebody had forwarded a video of something that had occurred. She advised in her response to us that she reported it to the resource officer. But ultimately, because it was on her phone, when the authorities came to the school, she ended up getting a criminal case opened on her. And she said, all of that seems very bizarre to me. But she said, that's the reason it all, like, they reduced it and it got dismissed ultimately. She did plead to obscenity, so she, I mean, she
And
does,
obscenity is still a crime against someone.
yeah, and it is a misdemeanor, I guess, versus, what the initial charge was. As I understand, it was a misdemeanor, obscenity charge. Yes.
That was my question, if it was a felony or misdemeanor, that she pled to.
Yeah, and it's like I said, and ultimately it got dismissed and expunged, so it's off her record now.
So it was, the obscenity charge was dismissed?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that was, part of that resentencing motion that she filed back in April of last year. With that, she had to be on probation for, a 1 year period of time. It was unsupervised. But those charges ended up being dismissed. She did that, everything got dismissed, so it's off her record technically.
Okay.
Any other questions before I open the floor for motion pertaining to this consent agreement order?
A motion to approve.
Okay, it's been moved by Trinity to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda, in the matter of 202570, Melanie McLeod.
All right, Ms. McLeod, she's an RSW. The allegation is that she failed to properly document and communicate the client's behavior and threats of harm made during a family session, resulting in a discharge, which did not address the worsening of the client's condition. As a way of background to make that make sense, as I understand it, there was she worked in a, multidisciplinary business. There's an LPC who was supposed to be, I don't know if they were supposed to be there or what, but that person could not be there for a session. It was a family session. It was a first session where the family was going to interface again with their, I think, son, who had been kind of in a crisis situation. And so because the LPC could not be there, this RSW stepped in and did more than supportive counsel. Okay, so that's my understanding of the situation as far as what occurred. It was a one-time thing, but it did not go well as far as this session. The child was very disruptive during the session, and so that's how it ended up with a complaint. So here's what they did as far as discipline goes in this. She's going to be reprimanded. She's got to pay a fine of $1,250. She's got to reimburse cost of $2,010. She's got to complete a total of 12 hours of continuing ed, 6 of which shall be in the area of documentation, 6 shall be in the area of ethics to be pre-approved by the board. She's got to pass the open book exam on the rules within 3 months after the date the parties signed this consent agreement in order. So it was from the committee standpoint, it was a singular incident, but she's been educated and now reprimanded because of it.
Any questions pertaining to this consent agreement order presented before us? There are no questions. I'm opening the floor for motion.
Move to accept.
Been moved by Melissa to
second it.
accept, been seconded by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda in the matter of 202594, Quentin Reed.
And we're going to have a few of lapse license cases. You all, just so you recall, you have a matrix on that. So the few cases that we're going to deal with on that are just going to track along with the matrix as far as discipline goes. So he was previously credentialed as a CSW until the lapse on June 14 of 2022. There was a period where he, let me get the dates for you, where he worked while he was not credentialed. So okay, and then I guess he got it back and then it lapsed in May 1 of 2024. And so then he worked post May 1 of 2024 until we got the case. Okay. So his discipline is within 3 months of issuance. He shall provide documentation of completion of 10 hours of pre-approved continuing ed, 3 hours of which shall be in social work ethics. Within 3 months, has to pay a fine of $125. Within 3 months, reimburse cost of $750. And that's it. The rest of it's just kind of standard terms.
Any questions about Quentin Reed? Okay, the floor is now open for a motion.
Move to accept.
Moved by Melissa to accept,
Second.
second by Trinity. Public comment pertaining to the motion on the floor. Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda in a matter of file 2025115, Shalani Johnson.
Ms. Johnson was certified with the board from December of 2022 until her certification lapsed August 31 of 2023. She obtained her master's in 2022. We got a notification in March of 2025 that stated that someone, is believed that she had worked while not being credentialed. So she was placed on she will be placed on probation for a period of 6 months. During the probationary period, her practice of social work must be supervised by a BACS 1 time per month for 6 months. Again, that's while she's on probation, and that BACS must make quarterly reports to the board regarding their progress. She, within 3 months, has to pass the board's open book exam. Within 9 months of the issuance of her CSW, she should provide documentation of the completion of 30 hours of pre-approved continuing ed, 9 of which must be social work ethics. Within 9 months, must pay a fine of $750, and 9 months must reimburse cost of $1,050. And the rest, again, is standard terms.
At this time, any questions about Shalani Johnson's consent agreement order? Okay, the floor is now open for a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Been moved by Trinity to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda in the matter of file 2025122, Troy Nisha Hurst.
Ms. Hurst is an RSW. She was arrested on February 23 of 2025, charged with operating a vehicle while intoxicated. She failed to report the arrest to the board within 7 days, and that is all we're dealing with, is the failure to report charge. As I understand it, that the criminal case has been dismissed now. She doesn't have any charges on that, but because she failed to report the arrest, that's still a violation of our rules. So she receives a reprimand. She has to pass the board's open book exam within 90 days. She's going to complete a total of 3 hours of continuing education and ethics. She's going to pay a fine of $250 within 12 months, cost of $630 within 12 months, and the rest is standard terms.
At this time, any comments pertaining to Nisha Hurst consent agreement in order? Okay, the floor is now open for a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
It's been moved by Trinity to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is in the matter of Grace Kohler, 2025131.
Yes, in April, we received both a complaint and a self-report of the respondent. being involved in an inappropriate dual and sexual relationship with a former client. And she has admitted to that relationship. So based on that, she has agreed that her social work LMSW would be revoked for a period of 5 years. She shall not reapply until the completion of the revocation period. Upon relicensure, the board may impose stipulation on her license as appropriate. She's going to pay a fine of $1,000. She's going to pay a cost of $1,020. And subject to that, the remainder is standard terms.
There any public comment pertaining to this item on the agenda regarding Grace Kohler? No, I'm sorry, board comment. Any board comment?
What are the legal fees? Where am I seeing it?
1,000. Let's see.
Cause I saw the legal fees, 3,000 for something that seems less challenging.
That's,
Legal fees,
How is that?
1,000.
it's the amount of, it's just by time that we
Okay.
spend on it. So
Okay.
the one that was 3,000 might have been Miss Smith, the very first one.
Well,
I've been dealing with her since 2022.
okay, so it's been a lot. All
Yeah,
right.
we did an interim consent agreement. We did this one and we've interfaced for the last 3 years off and on. So
Okay,
that's the only reason, it's literally just by time.
yeah, I never seen
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions? Right now, the floor is open for a motion.
Motion to approve.
It's been moved by Trinity to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Now any public, any public comment? All right, no public comment. Objections or abstentions, board? All right, motion carries. Next item on the agenda in the matter of file 20267, Rachel Austin.
Here's another lapse license case. She failed to renew, so it lapsed August 31 of 2024. Came to our attention when she was inquiring about the status in June of this year. She was previously licensed by the board as an LMSW. I said that did lapse. So between September 1, 2024 and June 11 of 2025, she was employed in engaging in social work with a lapsed credential. So she is, her LMSW will be reinstated. She's going to pay the license renewal fee of $100 within 30 days. Within 6 months, she should provide documentation and completion of 20 hours of pre-approved continuing ed, 6 of which shall be in social work. Within 6 months of reinstatement of the LMSW, she shall pay a fine in the amount of $375. Within 6 months of reinstatement, shall reimburse legal costs of $1,755. She's going to pass the open book exam within 3 months. The remainder is standard terms.
Regarding this matter. All right, I'll open the floor for motion.
Move to approve.
It's been moved by Melissa to approve. Is there a second? Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none. Motion carries. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. The board, thank you so much, Jim. We'll
Go.
that stuff.
Yeah, I'll pass it around to Seth.
Thank you so much. We'll have that sign up for you. Board, we're gonna keep moving down the agenda. We don't have a compliance hearing until 10 o'clock, so.
So move.
Oh, So I'm gonna move on to E, board staff matters, get some of this stuff down. First item on the agenda is E1, office workflow workflow reports.
Committee, if you refresh your account.
I see
You
it.
see it? Okay.
Yeah, it says, meetings. So I'm in it, but I'm trying to look for, okay, board staff issues, 3.
Yeah, board and staff issues, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, just wanted to make sure you knew you could get in.
Okay.
I apologize for that.
That's okay.
All right, so we've had 3 requests for early testing at the master's level, 9 at the clinical level. Early testers that passed the exam, we've had 11. Early testers that passed the exam at the LCSW level, we had 3. Our other LMSWs that we issued were 18.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
looks like the information I have is.
Oh, my goodness. this is
Right.
the-
I was- Thank you.
Sorry.
That's all right. But she's not reading. Yeah. You got the right stuff. She's good, but she's got it.
I apologize. That was our last meeting. I was like, why are these numbers so low? We've had 2 months that we haven't reported. Okay, all right, I'm so sorry. Okay, request for early testing at the master's level, 8. Request for early testing at the clinical level, 16. Early testers issued the LMSW for 7. Early testers issued the LCSW 4. LMSWs issued 58. LCSWs 46. BACs 30. Retake applications 166. Supervision contracts approved 349. Supervision phase 1 for the LCSW application 17 approvals. License verifications 160. In-person CE waivers for out of state 114. CE waiver requests for medical 59. Open book exam invites 88. Disciplinary monitoring, we're currently monitoring 47 social workers. Files sent to ODR, we've sent 4. Name changes 42. Paper renewals process 31. Between June 18th of 25 and August 31st of 25, we received 34 complaints. 22 of those, we requested a written response. We haven't sent any for investigation. We still have 1 under consideration. 2 were not accepted because the individual is not a social worker. 7 were not accepted because there was no violation of the Practice Act or rules alleged. And 2 were not accepted because they were anonymous.
Any questions about the workflow?
I have a question about the not accepting anonymous complaints. I know that's, the way it's set up, but so if they submitted evidence with the complaint and they just didn't identify themselves, we wouldn't even
If
consider
it's
it.
something that we can investigate through other means besides interviewing the complainant, then we accept it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions about the workflow? That was a good one too, because I was thinking, how do we not accept anonymous? Because
Right.
people sometimes don't even feel courageous to say their name, but
Right.
it still is an issue with the public, so they want to. So thanks, Emily, for clarifying that too as well. Yeah, I just want to say, shout out to the staff with these numbers. I see transformative change. I mean, I do. I see the work that our board has done in terms of internally with policies, also with the rules, particularly with early testing, right? That was one that we were able to accomplish under this board, getting that in this composition with the early testers, right? Getting people to the place where they can practice. And so when I look at these numbers, I see transformative. I also do see in terms of discipline, right? Given the number of social work licensees that we have in the state, the number of complaints that come in. So I'm looking at some transformative change. So thank you so much, Emily and the staff, for the work that you do, and also producing this data that we can have moving forward. This is excellent. Excited for the new backs too that are coming on, particularly when we are changing platforms and having these new rules. So excited to see that we do have some more backs that are interested in providing supervision to social workers, right? So, all right, with that being said, if there's no, questions about that, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda. I usually don't take a motion regarding the board, the workflow report unless I'm something that's actionable. So thank you so much, Emily. Next item on the agenda is the 2025 Association Social Work Boards Fall Delegate Assembly. And as we're putting this agenda together, we could not believe, y'all, November is here already. I don't know what happened to 25, like it's gone, you know? And we're already in November. I was talking to our vice chair about now the pecan coffee is back at Starbucks. And you know, I got stuck on that. That only offered during the fall. And I'm thinking, why are we having pecan and pumpkin right now? What's happening? Why am I seeing costumes? But that time is moving by fast, y'all. And so the Association of Social Work Boards has their annual delegate assembly, whereby the different states come together and vote on matters pertaining to regulation nationally. So this year it's November 6th through the 9th. I think I've gotten that right, 5th through the 9th, something like that, 5th through the 9th. And so it's going to be in Indianapolis, Indiana. Registration is now there. Typically, y'all send me. Y'all let me know if y'all changing that, but typically the chair goes. I think I do a pretty decent job. I'll come back and give y'all a report and stuff, but again, I'm putting it out there to y'all. And our administrator goes, ASWB funds for the administrator to attend, and also funds for the chairperson to attend as well. So, that information is on their website. And I'm happy to, you know, share the report back if you all are allowing me to attend. But if that does change, please speak now, forever hold your peace. Yeah, so that's where we are with that assembly. Any questions about it?
But I make a motion
Okay,
to nominate our chair to attend and for the ASWB to nominate our administrator to attend as well.
all right, so there's a motion on the floor. Is there a second about that?
Second.
Second for Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to that motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Okay, now the next item on the agenda, y'all, is, which is, you did real good. I looked over at you. She did real
I
good.
did real good.
I'm so proud of her.
Thank you
She
so
did
much.
good. I'm
This
so
is
proud.
what liberation looks like.
Okay, so next item on the agenda is NESW LA Annual Conference. Every year, y'all, we go to the NESW conference and we present. Of course, you know that our complaint consultant, Lisa LABSWE, along with the administrator, usually takes the lead on that. And Jamie and I have gone several times. You know, Trinity is going too. And I believe Melissa presented right before she got on the board. So everybody on the board is familiar with presentations at NESW. Liam has not, but he's not on. But at 1:30, I might be winking at him. This might be his first one. But again, we do it every year. And so right now, what I need is to get a motion whether or not we're going to continue to do that. And then, of course, as time moves on, we'll determine exactly what we're going to present. We typically present on ethics. You know, we talk about the complaints. Go ahead, Emily.
Actually, we need to determine the topic now because
Oh.
proposals are due
Yeah, we are.
now.
Yeah, we are.
I recommend that, you know, the topic, you know, just looking at this agenda, I think the topic should be supervision.
Oh,
I think it should be supervision
Oh,
required
yeah.
because the amount of errors
Okay,
with the supervision
Okay.
process is deeply concerning.
okay.
Can I take
Okay.
it just one step back?
Yeah, go ahead, Jamie. Thank
Do
you.
we know what the associated cost is? Like, cause I know usually Lisa does a great job of putting together the presentation
Yeah,
and, you know, we pay her for her time with that.
Yeah.
And then do we have to also pay in order to present?
We don't pay to
No,
present.
okay, don't have to pay,
We
okay.
pay, to exhibit there.
Exhibit. Remember that,
Okay.
we had that booth in the table. Do you remember how much it was? Is it like 500 or?
No, it's like 700 or 750.
Okay.
So $750 for the booth, and then do you know how much we pay? Cause we were trying to watch the, but I do think, I really like the idea of focusing on supervision. And I like the idea of presenting, but we're trying to, watch the coin purse.
Well, maybe we could present and don't do a booth. I mean, cause unless you got somebody sitting at the booth the whole time, it's not very valuable.
We usually have staff there, but I mean, that's something to consider. Emily, what you think? Do you think we should not have an exhibit or, cause I know we've always had an exhibit. What you think?
They do not do that too.
I think we should have a presence there.
Okay, all right. So,
I also think that continuing education, and I could say something about it, whether it's just having a conversation, it doesn't have to be a speech, but just having a conversation about the importance of continuing education. And just the importance about having in-person continuing education. I know there are many people on this call that will speak about virtual and how we have many social workers who live virtually. And that may be their only form of obtaining continuing education, but it's very important about social interaction, meeting in person and connecting with someone, and doing it virtually. Sometimes we may lose that socialization, that interaction, how we meet as a board in person and connecting with someone. That interaction.
like that, what I'm hearing from the board is that since we traditionally have done like the ethics and done the complaints, it sounds like because of a lot of changes that we've made within the past fiscal year, maybe 2 years in our composition, maybe we could tailor our training to more of the changes, right? We could still keep our ethics and complaints because that's a very key piece. But I'm hearing from y'all that we need to introduce some more information, so I'm hearing introducing information about supervision. I'm hearing introducing something about continuing education. So maybe we could consider modifying our presentation to capture that. I'm also hearing some questions about the budget, right?
Yes,
Because my vice chair is like, how much is it gonna go?
I still
Well,
want
we
to.
definitely, of course, we don't have to pay to present, right? We just contribute. But, so what we are is like about $750 for the exhibit. We do have a staff that's there the whole time. It's usually over 3 days, if I can recall. And we have staff presence there the entire time.
And then the cost of the additional costs we paid for Miss Lisa to put together the presentation.
Well, yeah, but that's.
I mean, but it's a cost.
Yeah,
I
it
just wanna
is a
know how
cost.
much it costs.
It is the cost. You're talking about in the time it takes for her to put together a presentation. Well, this is the thing. But if we modifying that now, Jamie, like if we putting stuff like supervision in and other components, we may have to pull in other resources to do that. The board, we have a supervision consultant that may be able to weigh in and contribute to putting that presentation together. So it's not just, right, it's not, if we're opening up.
So I have a question about that. Are we paying her extra for doing that, or is that just part of her
No, we
compensation?
pay her hourly.
Because she's hourly.
And so the time it
I
takes.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
I thought that-
she's reasonable. From my time as treasurer, it was reasonable the amount of time it took to put her together. So it's nothing, inappropriate happening. I don't mean that at all. I just
Right.
make an informed decision since we are having since we're watching our budget.
Right.
Just want to make sure we're making an informed decision.
I feel more that way about ASWB than I do about NASW, and I'm gonna say why. Because everybody at NASW should be a licensee or registered with the board.
Mhm.
So those are our direct constituents, people who pay into this organization
Mhm.
in order to make sure that we can do it. So I'm definitely more interested in investing in our licensees than anything else. So, I mean, I don't see it as excessive to spend up to $2,500 to do whatever is necessary, whether it's by the booth, the contractor, whatever is necessary. I wouldn't see that as a loss of resources, especially if we are talking to our licensees trying to do some prevention. Because the amount of challenges that we have, there are so many licensees that come there. If people come and attend and see what we're doing, it could prevent some of this in the future.
Which
So,
would save us money on
oh
the
yeah,
back
it'll
end
save us money.
with the complaint or with the. No, it doesn't.
We do pay.
Well, staff time.
Yeah,
that.
if you.
Staff time.
But I just wanted to say though, with ASWB is paying for our staff to go, so we're not.
So that's even, that's even, that makes
Just saying
sense.
That was the difference.
That makes
yeah.
sense because, I'm investing and going there doesn't mean much to me, but definitely in the state, I think paying that money is giving back to our constituents.
But, and also let them, cover the financial burden, and that's less for us. That has us, saving money financially. Let them cover that.
You talking about ASWB? Oh, that's good. I'm
Yeah,
just saying that.
And
I
I
don't
do
think.
like the idea of just potentially putting a cap on what we're comfortable
Yeah.
with.
Yeah,
so I
I
would
like the
like-
fact that y'all made a number. I saw that in that dialogue about where we go with the cap, because we are watching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we don't create a further delay to go research old invoices to figure out what the
So
cost
is
was.
anybody interested in making a motion regarding, putting a cap on the cost of everything? I have some, you got
Can we
something
get the
else you want to
financials first?
Oh, Jamie.
We're about to go into that part. You said, we're going to 10 now.
Okay, so this is what we'll do. So what we'll do is,
Treasurer.
yup.
Them $500 ain't finna break.
I think it.
Let me tell you something. Now, if you worry about $2,500 on your constituents, I'm scared.
Well, I tell you what we can do.
Want table it?
We can definitely, what I do need is a motion whether or not we're gonna do it or not. So, I mean, I gotta do that. And I also want y'all to know that we have to leave with a decision today, right? Because the request for proposal, I think the deadline is either approached or like soon. So I wanna say this to y'all, there's never been a time when the board, Louisiana State Board of Social Work Examiners, did not present an NESW. And I don't want that to happen under this board composition. I'm not wanting that. So I want to encourage y'all to talk about how we can get this done.
Well, I can agree. I mean, we can make the motion to present, because that's
Right.
free.
Yeah, that's
But
free.
if we,
let's do
gonna put
that.
money, I'm not comfortable until we look at the financials. We're talking about how
Well,
much we're gonna
Well,
spend.
okay, but so I'll open the floor with a motion regarding us presenting. How about that? Where are we with that?
We
Board?
can make a motion to approve to present.
Okay,
I'll
so
make
it's
that
been
motion.
moved by Trinity to approve to present at the annual conference. Seconded by.
I get a second.
Second by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to the motion on the floor?
Shorta Hall.
Shorter Hall, you're being recognized. 2 minutes. Where's my piano here?
Is she muted? Ms. Hall, please unmute yourself. Ms. Hall, final call for Ms. Hall.
All right.
She unmuted, then she muted back.
So, okay, so I'm gonna move on. Any other public comment pertaining to the motion? Objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Okay, folks, we did that one. Okay. I still have some time, so let's go on to financial. Financial statement for the period ending May 31st, 2025.
None of that was copied for me and put in my little thing. You mind if I step out?
Yeah, maybe step up. Take your time.
You could start looking at it. It's in yours. I just don't have it.
Okay.
I just have May.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing, because in February, that's a typo.
So we don't have June or July?
Mm.
No.
Six.
Something about.
Why? Why we don't have to?
Yes, even when she come back, it's something about the,
As the treasurer secretary, you should have all of it.
about the time that it's about. He said.
It's old money. I'm like, do know what that. I'm like, do money.
Mhm.
New money. Ooh, we need new money. This ain't even close out money. July.
Is this the, contract that we issued the RFP for? Is this one of the ones we issued?
Well, no,
We
we,
on the next, the
No, no, we
county
have
contract.
financials.
no,
The,
we
the county
extended,
contract.
we extended the contract.
Okay.
But that's not one of the- you know. Okay. All right, take a moment, Emily, this is the financial statement for the period ending of May 31st. We had a couple of board members that had some questions for you. Okay, go ahead.
Has the
I'm happy-
fiscal year been closed out?
Okay. Yes, that's a good one. That wasn't my question. I was trying to remember.
Has the fiscal year been closed? No, okay. I just asked, because that's when we were asking about the more recent,
Oh, yeah.
the more recent financials, June, July, and August even.
That was a question. I was adding some up in my head and I couldn't think. So do you know why we don't have financials for June and July?
Well, I don't know why we don't have June, but we don't have July because we haven't hired a new accountant.
Okay,
So the current accountant, we extended the contract to cover the filing of the AFR, which was filed timely, and to close out June. And I'm not sure why I haven't received June.
so with the hiring of did we issue an RFP on this?
Yeah, well, we didn't have to issue a RFP based on the cost, but we did do an invitation for proposals, and we received proposals, and we have a recommendation to offer tomorrow.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
where
Which that's
it's
on
the
point
agenda.
five. right?
Okay.
But I, I couldn't. see
And
it.
so that person would take care of July, August, and then pick back up.
Okay.
It just made more sense
It
for,
did.
for the
Fiscal
new
year.
person to do the whole fiscal
Fiscal year.
year than
Mhm.
start after.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yes.
It makes sense, absolutely. Okay. Treasurer, any questions? You know, what, she,
Just that it's highly likely that we have a huge deficit. I mean, highly likely. I mean, if we're looking at May and we 259, is that right? Am I looking at actual? Am I
Well, that's the
looking at actual?
total.
Is
Yeah,
that the-
259,
that's the actual, yeah.
114.42.
Yeah, so I mean, I do think that until we get a closeout of July, which probably looking at the trends won't be much better. But,
When was renewal?
Well, June will be a little bit better because renewal started in June.
yeah,
So we'll have
And
some
that's
money
when we
coming in.
start receiving our revenue. Most of our revenue comes from renewals.
And then so also board in our transformative change, we have, we've spent a lot of money the past year in response to the needs of the public. We have, the cost of rules promulgation, there's a cost associated with that. It's 70 rules. So when you're looking at sending that to OLRP, the cost that takes, you look at legal sufficiency review, the cost that takes.
The new system.
The new platform, that costs. And so this is a transformative year, we responded to the request and the needs of the public, and we have been able to do that, and it costs money to do that. It just does. And so I think that we have done an amazing job. We have people on this board that I believe do an excellent job at reviewing financial statements to, between, y'all do an excellent job of that, and our administrator. And so it costs to respond to the needs of the public when you're looking at transformative change. So this is where we are now. We know that we promulgated a rule for the increase in licensing fees. We hadn't had an increase in licensing fees in 25 years.
By $25. And I know there were some in the public that disagreed with that by $25.
there was a
So,
lot who agreed with it though.
So-
And there were many
right.
that agreed
and
with
so
it.
when that goes through and we get that should help offset some of what we're
Exactly.
looking at. So we wanna know we're doing that. But I do appreciate how you guys still continue to look at it and make sure that we are being responsible with the dollars that we do take in.
Well, to Emily's point, I mean, in August of last year, we got as much as the current deficit is. I mean, just in 1 month, the bottom line was pretty strong. So hopefully that will continue.
So. But I do wanna, thank y'all for, being very fiscally responsible for this and stuff. I'm very
Yes.
appreciative of that. The board as a whole. All right, so that moves on. Okay, do any more questions? I'm sorry, y'all, about the statement or anything like that? And Emily usually asks about motion to accept this into record, so I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
It's been moved by
Can I
Trent.
amend
Yeah, before
the
that.
motion?
Oh, okay, hold on 1 second. So, where are you with your motion? So are you willing to redact it
Yeah, I'll
or make
redact
a
it.
friendly amendment?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
so
redact it.
Trinity is saying he's redacting his motion from the record of approval. So Melissa, where are you?
I move to accept this information.
Okay, Melissa is moving to accept this financial statement and
I'll second.
the comparison as information. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or
Yes, we
absent?
have a public comment. Bradley Allison.
Oh, Bradley Allison, you have the floor, 2 minutes.
Okay, I am just wondering, with the fiscal situation, I understand the increased cost. Should the board reevaluate going to conferences and different things like that if we're in a deficit? Also, the question should be, should the financials be reviewed before, in meetings before we approve, the board approves conferences and stuff like that? Should we look and see how our money is before the board sends people to conferences? Just my 2 comments on that.
So, Bradley, to your point, the board is already doing that. For the record, the board has not paid for any board members to attend any conferences. I think within at least the past year, the board has not absorbed any cost to attend anybody to conferences because we recognize the importance of transformative change and the dollars that we needed to have in order to institute a new platform. Also, in order to pay for rules promulgation process, this board has not sent anybody on any conferences that they've had to pay for. The conference that was approved prior to this financial statement today was the Association of Social Work Boards, and they are observing the entire cost. Louisiana State Board of Social Work Examiners is not paying any money towards sending any board members to any conferences. To the point of my excellent vice chair, which I'm glad she brought that up, we have not approved to spend any money yet to pay as an exhibitor for NASW Louisiana's conference. We did get an approval today from the board to present, which presenting at the conference is zero. There's no cost to that. But typically and historically, the Louisiana State Board of Social Work Examiners have participated as an exhibitor. We have, and that means we've set up a table, a booth, we've put a staff member there, which of course that costs to pay for staff to be there because we pay their salary. And it was at the cost of $750. And so to my other board members' point, it has been historically, we've always had a presence at NASW LA because our licensees are there. So I want to reassure you that this board has not spent any money on sending any board members to any conferences within this past FY 2025, to my knowledge. Now, I mean, you can't quote me on FY 24. I have to go back and look, but I'm telling you, all of FY 25, we have not spent a dime. However, we have had to pay for travel. People have to drive here. People drive here from all different parts of the state, and they also have to sleep. Given what this schedule looked like, I don't think anybody's gonna not be sleeping in Baton Rouge today, given that we have 2 pages full. So I just want to be authentic and transparent in where we are in terms of our dollars. We are being very fiscally responsible, and we're going to move on to this next item on the agenda to talk about the recommendation for the accounting contract, so that we can remain to be fiscally responsible. With that being said, any other public comment pertaining to the motion regarding the approval and acceptance, the acceptance of the financial statement for the period ending May 31st and the comparison as information, motion made by Melissa, seconded by Trinity. Any other public comment pertaining to that motion on the floor? Okay, any objections or abstention? Hearing none, motion carries. Now, can we move on to the recommendation for the accounting contract, or to move forward with that? And I think, Emily, we said we had a few in. I couldn't remember. Did we have 5?
So if the board would allow, I would request to table this for till in the morning so that I have time to consult with our treasurer. Because she and I have not been able to consult, but we did have a lot of interest in the position. And I have spoken with several individuals that proposed within the amount of money that we budgeted.
So move.
So if the board would allow that, I would appreciate it.
Okay, absolutely. So we'll table that until possibly tomorrow. That's what it looks like. All right, Covalent Logic, limited visual feature for meetings manager.
Is this related to the accessibility?
Yeah, and then that's going to be a cost.
Didn't know that.
Here's one.
Okay, do you want me to give you a little backstory?
Yes,
Okay.
please do.
So when we used this database prior to Certimi, our board members were all serving on compliance hearing panels. And when we hired Sherry, she informed us that that's not the proper way we should be handling compliance hearings. So our board meeting manager was set up for board members to review everything. I don't have a way to hide where only certain board members can see certain things,
Yeah.
which is why I've been using Dropbox and sending the files to you separately of which ones you're supposed to have access to. And so this is a change order to our meetings manager to allow for me to assign specific tasks to specific board members.
Yeah, and then that's another way that I'm excited to say that our board has tried to save dollars too, because Emily has been using Dropbox and she doesn't mail stuff. And there's a lot of ways we've been cutting costs to the best of our ability with these programs out here, but this is before you board. It looks like it's gonna cost a couple of dollars, not a whole lot, to get this feature to be applied to our system. Any questions about that? Any thoughts about that?
This is a one-time cost?
Yes.
How much is it?
$675.
I'll make a motion to approve the $675 expenditure for COVID Logic to for the COVID Logic feature.
There's a motion on the floor to approve this request, these change orders. Is there a second?
Second?
Second by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to this motion on the floor? Any objections or abstention? Okay, hearing none.
Yes, Emily,
Motion carries.
before this, y'all used to mail all the complaints?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
when we got on the
Used to
board,
mail a
when we
lot
got on the
of stuff.
board, Jamie could tell you, it was stacks. Brown envelopes, stacks.
And I am not the best at checking mail.
Well, I remember when, I think you were doing it, I think you were ending it when I first got on the board. And so when I got a mail and it was a complaint, I'm like, what is this? Why is this coming? I was just so, it just was so baffling, and it does lend itself to getting lost or getting
Yeah.
displaced. So
Yeah.
I can't imagine it not being the way that it is now. So I think that was an excellent improvement.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, thank you for that. All right, folks. So I'm going to keep moseying along, okay? I'm gonna go as much as I can. Let's go on to that correspond.
I'm sorry.
We
I
got,
don't know if I threw you off with the
did we get,
conference thing. Do we need to go back there or do we wanna wait?
oh, yeah, we could circle back now because if y'all want to, we were accepting it as information. So what's the decision about, let's circle back to NESW.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah,
It generally, you don't have to make a decision on if you're gonna get an exhibit booth till closer to registration time. So maybe if we wait to make a decision on that, our monies will be different by the time that comes.
well, coming from the treasurer, I think that's comfortable and acceptable. And so if we want to defer the decision on being an exhibitor to, I guess maybe next meeting, huh? We'll start getting some more months.
The conference is in April.
Soon as they start, whenever they put the registration information, so it could be as late as December that we have to make that decision.
So Emily, did they put exhibitor information out yet? Not yet. It's just proposal, right? They put exhibitor 2 out?
Oh, no,
Okay.
I don't think they put exhibitor out yet,
Yeah, but it's
but I just know definitely the proposal, and I think it was supposed to be due next week, and I asked for an extension, so.
Well, let's just keep on with the poll and we'll put the exhibitor stuff up after January.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes out.
And so the other thing for the presentation to consider is a 1.5 hour workshop versus a 3 hour workshop.
I say 1.5.
I would say it depends on if you're going,
And the content.
if the topic is going to be, and I guess I would think of something, best practices, best practices, board practices or something like that. If you're gonna be dealing with maybe perhaps the BSACs, the super, you probably will need more than 90 minutes. That's just my thought, because you may be able to break it down where maybe you're only doing a portion of it. But if you're gonna be addressing the supervision and the way it should be done, and maybe even doing a tutorial or how people can do it in the system, it will probably take longer than 90 minutes. That's just my assumption.
That's what I said, it just depends on the content.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on ahead with just being the talk about the proposal right now. The content of the proposal, we'll have to talk about that as board members. But I'm hearing the ideas of, you know, supervision and probably some other things. But we'll talk about what that'll look like.
Well, don't you have to
We gotta
apply?
do that today.
You gotta apply now and say if you want an hour and a half or 3 hours.
Mhm.
We'll do an hour and a half.
Okay.
Because I think this past year we did 1 hour and a half, because we used to do 3 hours. But I think 1.5 is good. We can keep with the 1.5. Because we had enough content for that. Yeah, we can do 1.5. All right, y'all. So we moving on with that. Okay, let's you should have showed me that. You should have showed me that.
I'm sorry. I threw y'all.
Let's move right on to the correspondence for G1 Amanda Tonkovich LLC application for CE approval organization. Let me pull that one up. Dr. Bowley.
I just was like, my gas.
I'm in shock.
My gas
I'm not in shock. I'm
flabbered.
good.
Did you say special consideration?
No, ma'am, we're in
Correspondence.
correspondence G1, Amanda Tonkovich, application for CE approval organization. Be correspondence 1. Talk to Sherry and see if we can do something about that. I'm gonna consult with her. I am. Okay, about this particular application, do we have any questions about it? The letters there.
I don't feel.
Yeah, the letters and everything there. And currently, right now, we have 86, I believe,
Yeah,
CE
it looks
approval
fine.
organizations.
I make a motion to approve.
Been moved by Trinity to accept and
Yes.
approve this application. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions to this motion? Hearing none, motion carries. The next item on the agenda is a application for CE approval for Cardinal Counseling. Okay, and
This is the one that, one of the letters didn't scan, and Regina left copies of the recommendation letter on the table.
Oh.
You'll get it?
okay, let's see.
Yeah, I don't have another one.
Here it is. It would be good under the.
And this is
Okay.
a letter from a licensed clinical social worker in support of
Okay.
this application.
I make a recommendation to approve Cardinal Counseling as a CEO organization.
All right, it's been moved by Trinity to approve this application. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to this motion?
We have a few.
Uh-huh.
Amy Scholl,
Hi, Amy Shold, you're being recognized regarding the motion on the floor for Cardinal Counseling and Training.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Are you looking at this particular one and any one that asks for permission to be an approved provider if they're doing in person? Because if the board's going to mandate 20 hours, it would be nice if there's some expectation by the board for these people that you are approving to provide in-person opportunities.
Okay, so let me respond to that. Thank you, Amy. Great point. So the board's not mandating. So as it stands right now, there are some change to the rules. And these are just applications for individuals who are applying to be an approved continuing education provider. It is the expectation that if you are applying to become such provider, that you are informed of the rules and that you recognize that you will abide by the rules. So the rules are already established. So if you apply and you get approved, the expectation is that you review the rules and you understand that these are the requirements of the rules that are set forth, right? And so there's no additional information that needs to be done on our part with the exception of the expectation that the continuing education provider is going to follow those rules. So that's where we are with this. With that being said, there's been some changes, some proposed changes in terms of synchronous, asynchronous, live, interactive, in-person, continuing education. But our providers, our approved organizations should already be aware of those before they submit an application for approval, because they will be held to that expectation as well. So that's a great question. Thank you so much.
I think she was also kind of asking if we're gonna mandate CE providers to do in-person presentations.
No, we can't mandate anything that's not already in the rule.
Right.
See, it's the rule that sets what's,
Right. I just wanted
yeah.
to speak directly.
So, yeah, and so I'm, for clarifying, probably that's what
I'm
it's
sorry,
needed.
yeah.
No, that's okay. I'm glad that, I'm open to that. It's the rules is what dictate what's expected, right? As long as they align with the rules, that's what's expected.
So there is no rules that say, in order to provide CEUs, you must offer them in person. So since there is no rule that says that, then we can't require them to do that. Is that what you're saying?
Right. It's what the rules
Correct.
would dictate.
Correct.
Right. It's the rules that dictate what's being happening. Okay, I hope that was answered the question sometimes when.
That's the reason why I was just making it
Yeah,
clear.
yeah,
that-
that's good.
I mean,
That's good
we
to
would
clarify.
mandate it if the rules said it had, but the rules
And
don't
we have
mandate.
rules that are being promulgated at this time.
Right, so, all right, good points, good questions. Flowers to Life application for CE, I'm sorry, that was public comment. Any objections or abstentions for Cardinal Counseling and Training? The motion's on the floor to approve. Okay, I don't hear any objections or abstentions. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Flowers to Life LLC application for CE approval. Flowers to Life. Any questions about Flowers to Life application? I see there's 3 letters there available. The application's completed.
I make a motion to approve.
Been moved by Trinity to approve this request. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. I'm sorry, did I say public comment to that motion?
Mhm.
Yeah, I did, okay. All right, motion carries. I'm sorry, did I not? I thought I didn't either. I was like, wait a minute, I think I'm rolling. So let me just go ahead and retract it. Any public comment pertaining to Flowers to Life's application for CE approval organization? Okay, now any objections or abstentions? All right, hearing none, motion carries. All right, y'all, we rocking and rolling. Let's get to the collective, a psychotherapy practice application for CE approval.
What, with the letters? It says it has to be from. Who?
Usually a social worker is what we would like.
The credential it doesn't, is no specifics.
It's social worker, I would say a social worker, LPC.
I'm sorry, but I mean, RSW, LCSW, LMSW.
Yeah,
that's
it doesn't
fine.
matter.
Okay,
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
okay,
Social
okay,
worker.
perfect. Okay, I don't see anything. No issue.
All right, and so any other questions about this application, folks?
I don't have any, and it has everything, so I'm making a motion to approve it.
It's been moved by Trinity to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next application before us is from the Louisiana Department of Health, Office of Behavioral Health, application for CE approval.
Move to approve.
It's been moved by Melissa to approve this application. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions to this motion? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is an application from the Louisiana Department of Health, Office of Public Health.
Motion to approve.
Wait,
Go ahead. No, sorry.
Question.
Go ahead.
All right, so we have a motion on the floor. Trinity, are you going to
I'm gonna
redact that for a
I'm gonna
second?
redact it for
Okay,
Jane.
it's been redacted for public, board comment.
The first and the third letter, the persons didn't list their license, they list the degree. So I just wanted to know if we've confirmed that they're licensed. And if not, I
Or,
can look this up.
hold on,
right now.
Jamie. Yeah,
Wait, I'm
for
right.
OPH, I don't know if you're on, because OPH, I'm seeing all licenses. Maybe I'm looking
I
at
might be at
the,
the wrong person.
I see a PhD, I
Yeah,
see a PhD.
OPH, yeah, it say MSW.
One say MSW, the PhD doesn't have a social worker.
okay, wait a minute, I'm looking at Title 4 E-grant.
Page 41.
Oh,
Where
that's,
you at? Page 41? Am I on the right one?
Yeah,
No.
one is from sickle cell, yes, the other one is for American Foundation for Suicide. And the
yeah.
other one is from,
It says Ernest Junior.
Got it, I see what you're
MSW.
saying, I went
Yeah.
down, I went further down.
you talking about the PhD in particular?
And the MSW. The first and the third one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the 42 says LCSWX.
See
Trinity,
that?
the first page,
It says MSW.
yes.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. And then the third letter
The
on page
43 say
43 says
PhD.
PhD.
Yeah, I see.
So I just wanna
PhD.
look at the,
Credential.
yeah, real quick.
I just want to give a shout out to LDH for getting these CEUs. That's amazing
Mhm.
for social workers. That's great.
Mhm.
Yes. If, unless you spell her name different, well, but that's probably not her real name, please,
It may be Elizabeth.
right? Gotta working hard.
And I'm wondering if she's going by her maiden name. But we don't know maiden name. And that's her married name. Some people hyphenate it.
I don't see that person coming up at all. The, PhD one. Let me look at the other one.
You can always request a new letter, can approve it pending however many letters.
Even most PhDs still gonna put their credentials.
Right,
Mhm,
I
they
was
would.
social work.
Usually if I
Yeah,
don't see,
yeah,
if you
they
don't,
would.
usually if you don't, in my experience, if a person don't list the license, they don't have. But not always, so I just wanna make sure.
So if you all want to, I'm hearing, so I know in the past we have approved with,
Pending
approved pending on the
Mhm.
third letter?
Yes.
Is that something you guys are considering for this particular one?
Yeah,
or-
Well, with the other one too, since this individual doesn't,
that, the
Well-
first one has a RSW.
oh, it has RSW, MSW, RSW, okay, then we can do pending a third letter.
So if that's,
Mhm.
I'm just,
Yeah, that's the way we're probably gonna go.
is that a motion or is that y'all still discussion? I just want to
Discussion.
gauge
What do you
the,
want to do?
I'm agreeable to that.
Okay, so make a motion to approve, what's the title? Okay,
Okay.
Louisiana Department of Health, Office of Public Health, Bureau of Family Health Renewal pending, receipt of a third letter.
okay, and is there a second for that?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to that motion? Okay, let's see who we have.
Lena Raggett.
Hi, Lena Raggett, you have the floor, 2 minutes.
Hi, guys. I'm part of the team that submitted this application. And it is a renewal application, and previously the board had approved the third letter in question for the previous application. So I just wanted that to be considered by the board.
All right, thank you so much, Lena, for your public comment. Any other public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is an application for CE approval organization for Team Dynamics.
Do you see 3 letters? How about this?
It's two.
It's 2. We need a third letter. I make a motion to approve with the receipt of a third letter.
It's been moved by Trinity to approve the application for Team Dynamics with obtaining the third letter of support with the social work credential on it.
Correct.
There's 3 letters. Did one not scan? Who do y'all have?
Yeah, there's only.
We have
two in-
Andrew Foltz. And we have Patsy Johnson. That's
With-
the only 2 we have.
Yeah.
Corey Abear sent.
Okay.
one.
All right, so
Then-
so what we need to do is we're going to have to redact that motion from the record. It's been discovered that there is a third letter.
Ah, okay.
And
He's a LMSW.
so that information is there. So we need to redact that motion.
I read that motion for the public. Didn't even see it.
Southeastern, okay. All right,
I make a motion to approve.
okay, so it's.
Team
been-
Dynamics.
So first, I'm gonna need a motion to redact that previous motion.
I make a motion to redact the previous motion of the approval with a third letter of support for Team Dynamics.
Do I have a second for that redaction? Second by Jamie. Public comment pertaining to the redaction of that motion stricken from the record? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carried. Now we need the motion for where we with.
I make a
Team
motion to approve the application as a CE approval organization for Team Dynamics LLC.
All right. Motion on the floor to approve Team Dynamics application. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie Barney. Any public comment? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Okay. Karen,
Gary?
Gary, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to stop and ask for a 5-minute recess. We will be, well, no, I'm not gonna do that. We got a 10 o'clock compliance hearing. So what I need to do right now is, inform the public that we, will be moving into executive session to review our compliance hearings. And I'm looking at the schedule. Yeah, so we won't be back to probably about, is that 3:30, 4 o'clock? Am I looking at that correct?
Yeah, we have a-
10:30, 11:30.
We have a 1 o'clock compliance hearing at 2 o'clock. We have the IPP report at 3 o'clock.
So it's looking like 3:30. Maybe 4. So I was trying to get as much as and I think we
Yeah,
did
we did
pretty
good.
good covering some stuff. So we will most likely, because that correspondence and applications, all that's an executive session. So, so public, I want to make you aware that we will not be returning until 4 p.m. At that time, we want to be able to move through, with our motions and all of that. There's a high probability that correspondence will not, some of these correspondences will leak till tomorrow. And I want people to know, know that, right? We're not gonna be here till 7 o'clock tonight, and then coming back here tomorrow for 8:30, 9 a.m. So with that being said, expect us to be back in the public for 4 o'clock. I would need a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make a motion to approve to go into executive session.
It's been moved by Trinity to go into executive session. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Public comments pertaining to the motion on the floor. Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. We will be back for public viewing at 4 p.m. today. Thank you so much. Roll.
Jamie Barney,
Yes.
Liam Dole,
Present.
Trinity George,
Yes.
Hyacinth McKee,
Yes.
Melissa Haley, present.
Yes, and we have our legal counsel, Terry Morris, here with us, as well as our administrator, Emily D'Angelo. Okay, so now we're gonna get right back started. We are gonna start with the compliance hearings, decisions for compliance hearing in the matter of Constance Warren.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry, give me a second, I'm sorry.
Okay, I make a motion to approve.
It's
Second,
been moved by Jamie to approve, seconded by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to that motion?
No.
Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is LaKenya Bell. What's the motion regarding LaKenya Bell?
I would like to make a motion to allow her to proceed with the application process.
It's been moved to allow LaKenya Bell to proceed with the application process. Is there a second?
second,
Second by Melissa. Any public comment? Any objections or abstentions? Right, hearing none, motion carries. In the matter of Madeline McDaniel,
move to approve.
it's been moved by Melissa to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. The hearing for Anna Quartermain Bragg.
Move to approve.
It's been moved by Melissa to approve.
Rika, I'm sorry, friendly amendment
Sure.
with a letter of education and provide information on the status of any current supervisees.
Okay, the amendment is
To the supervisor.
Yeah, letter of education to the supervisor and status on current supervisees.
State it again for the record, Jamie again, approve with a letter of,
Education to the supervisor. And have the supervisor provide information on the status of any current supervisees.
Second.
okay. Any public comment pertaining to that motion? Any objections or abstentions to that motion? Hearing none, motion carries. In a matter of Deshaun Island,
Move to recess and set for a future meeting.
Second.
move to recess this matter and set for a future meeting. Seconded by Jamie. Public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. In the matter of Jamila Aid,
Make a motion to approve.
it's been moved. Who seconded? It's been moved by Trinity to approve. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? So for the record, Hyacinth McKee is abstaining from this decision.
You're recused.
Recuse, I'm sorry, recuse, and Melissa recused, okay, but I want that to be for the record, because I don't want, I'm not part of the vote or the decision making, so whatever language we want to use for that today, that's what I want to say. So I was recused from the hearing, but the motion, I'm not voting in the motion.
Used from the motion as well,
Thank you.
and also
And Melissa, didn't you want to
Melissa
recuse from
is
this motion
recused.
for the matter of Jamila IE, because you were recused from the hearing and the decision?
Well, if I recuse from the motion, then do we have a quorum?
we did, it's just the hearing.
It's just the
panel.
hearing panel.
Yeah, okay, I'll
Motion
recuse.
and-
Okay, so, all right. Nothing else, motion carries. Okay. So there we are. Let's move right on to the impaired professional program. I need a motion regarding that.
I make a motion to accept the impaired professional programs information, to accept the impaired professional programs report as information.
All right, motion made by Trinity, seconded by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions to the motion? Hearing none, motion carried. Opening the floor for a motion regarding a disciplinary monitoring report, folks.
I make a motion to, wait, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Make a motion to release 3 persons who completed the requirements from the disciplinary monitoring. And give an extension to Special Ventroy until December 31st, 2025.
Thank you, Jamie. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comments? Objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Okay, we're gonna start with the complaints in the matter of 2022-01 CW 2022-83. That's Trinity. Are we
I make a motion to dismiss this complaint.
been moved by Trinity to dismiss? Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding 2023-19.
Move to dismiss.
Been moved by Melissa to dismiss. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Public comment pertaining to this motion? Objection or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding 202335.
I make a motion to defer until after reapplication.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Is there any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding 202521.
I make a motion to dismiss this complaint.
It's been moved by Trinity to dismiss. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions to this motion? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding 202551.
Make a motion to dismiss.
It's been moved by Jamie to dismiss. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to the motion?
Yes.
Okay, public comment regarding 202551.
No, the hand went back down.
Okay, all right. So any other public comment before I close that period? Any objections or abstentions to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. What about 202554?
I make a motion to dismiss with a letter of education.
It's been moved by Trinity to dismiss with a letter of education. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Is there any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstention? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding 2025-103.
Make a motion to refer to the prosecuting attorney for further investigation.
Is there a second to that motion made by Jamie?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Public comments for that motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. I'm entertaining a motion for 2025-125.
Make a motion to dismiss.
Been moved by Jamie to dismiss. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to that motion? Any objections or abstentions to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding 2025-132.
Motion to dismiss.
Been moved by Jamie to dismiss. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Objections or abstentions to this motion? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding 2025-154.
Make a motion to dismiss.
Been moved by Trinity to dismiss. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Entertain a motion regarding 202617.
Motion to dismiss.
It's been moved by Trinity to dismiss.
Second.
Second by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Objections or abstentions? Thank you, Emily. Hearing none, motion carries. Okay. So now let's go right to our correspondences. Correspondence 5A is Madison Kidder, LMSW, requesting temporary remote supervision.
Move to approve.
It's been moved to approve.
Friendly amendment.
Yeah, that's friendly amendment with that.
From a move to approve from June to September 2025.
Okay, and so there's a motion on the floor. There's a friendly amendment made by Jamie Borney. Do you accept that friendly amendment, Melissa?
I do.
Okay, and so we're going to move to approve this request from June 1st, is it June
Yeah,
1st?
June 1st.
To September
30th.
30th, 2025. Okay, is there a second for that?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to that motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Alexis Matlin, LMSW, is requesting approval of remote supervision.
I make a motion to approve.
It's been moved by Trinity to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to that motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding Candace McGee.
I make a motion to approve through August 31st, 2026.
It's been moved by Jamie to approve through August 31st, 2026. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding Dawn Garrett RSW request for CE extension.
I make a motion to approve the request through February 28th, 2016.
Second.
2026. 2020, not 2016. 2026.
To approve this request through February 28th, 2026.
Yes.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, is there public comment pertaining to the motion? Okay, any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. All right, y'all. So let's see, let's go on to our applications. And I see a motion regarding Deidre Anderson, MSW, applying for CSW, LMSW.
Motion to approve.
It's been moved by Jamie to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any objections? Any public comments to that motion? Any objections or abstentions to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding Ebony Jackson, MSW, applying for the CSW, LMSW.
Motion to approve.
It's been moved by Trinity to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to that motion? Any objections or abstentions to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. I'll entertain a motion regarding Esther Johnson, BSW, applying for the RSW.
Motion to approve.
It's been moved by Trinity to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding Lynn Juniors, BSW, applying for the RSW.
Motion to approve.
It's been moved by Trinity to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any public comment to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding Valerie Lango, MSW, applying for the CSW, LMSW.
Motion to deny and offer a compliance hearing.
It's been moved by Trinity to deny and offer compliance hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. I'll entertain a motion regarding applicant ML, MSW, applying for the LMSW via endorsement.
Move to approve.
It's been moved by Melissa to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding Keenshay Leslie, MSW, applying for the CSW, LMSW.
Motion to approve.
It's been moved by Jamie to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any public comment? Objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding Kasha Martin, applying for MSW, applying for the CSW, LMSW.
Move to approve.
It's been moved by Melissa to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Entertain a motion regarding Alexa Morales, MSW, applying for the LCSW via endorsement. 5 states.
Move to approve.
Been moved by Melissa to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding Rolanda Allen, MSW, applying for the CSW LMSW.
Move to approve.
Been moved by Melissa to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding Cayucas, Washington, MSW, applying for the CSW LMSW.
Motion to approve.
Been moved by Jamie to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding Elena Willis, BSW, applying for the RSW.
Motion to deny and offer her a compliance hearing.
Been moved by Trinity to deny and offer compliance hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding Mira Jean Laverne, MSW, applying for CSW LMSW.
Move to approve.
It's been moved by Melissa to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to that motion? Any objections or abstentions? All right, hearing none, motion carries. I understand a motion regarding Shonda Johnson.
Motion to deny and offer a compliance hearing.
It's been moved by Jamie to deny and offer compliance hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding regarding Paola,
Got another one on that page.
yes,
She got it.
Paola Robles. Did I say her last name right?
A move to deny and offer a CSW and approval to sit for the licensure exam.
Been moved by Melissa to deny and offer the opportunity to sit for the LMSW exam and offer the CSW credential. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Okay, I think I covered everybody on application, special considerations. All right, so now I'm going to entertain a motion to approve all RSW applicants that were not discussed in special considerations. Been moved by Trinity. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Only because I heard her, she was right next to me, Melissa. Any public comments? Any objection or abstention? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion for all applications of LMSW that were not discussed in special considerations.
I'd like to make a motion to welcome all the new LMSWs.
Okay, so there's a motion on the floor made by Melissa to approve those applications. There a second?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Is there any public comments to that motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding all LCSW applications that were not discussed under special considerations.
So moved.
Been moved by Trinity to accept those applications. There a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to that motion? Hey, any objections or abstentions to that? All right, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding Catherine Jojoran's renewal.
Motion to approve.
Been moved by Jamie to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Is there public comment pertaining to that motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. I entertain a motion regarding Melissa Lamel renewal application.
Motion to approve.
It's been moved by Trinity to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to that motion? Hearing none. Motion carry. Y'all, did we talk about that covalent logic limited visibility? We did?
Yes, it was, we made a motion to, pay the cost, like $600.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we covered.
That's $600.
$75, right? I didn't have it on my notes. I wanted to make sure. And then our county contract, we tabled that to tomorrow.
Yes.
I just want to make sure that
That's
my
number
notes,
5.
that's gonna go on to strategic planning. Okay, we'll talk about when we get there. Okay, let me make sure I did all the motions that were in our executive session. I appreciate y'all's second set of eyes, third set of eyes, fourth set of eyes. Just want to make sure I got all of those matters done. And I believe we were able to accomplish that. Where I left off was Kevin Gary, and I want to be mindful of the time. Because we can do one or two things. We can start working on these, or we can table these till tomorrow. But if we table it tomorrow, just know that we are ordering lunch. We're not gonna get out before lunchtime. I'm gonna tell y'all that, okay? So let's be prepared for that. What is the climate of the board? We are now at 4:30 PM. And we can decide to pick up correspondence G8. We can do those tomorrow, and we can also do our strategic planning. What's the pleasure of the board?
I'd like to do a few of them if we can.
Yeah, let's go ahead and
I
work
still
through.
gotta, I'm gonna give me a cup of coffee. Y'all got-
Yeah, let's work through. I'm ready.
All right,
Correspondence.
so let's see. So,
It's correspondence on page 50.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
53. Yeah, I say let's go
okay, so we can
and do it.
proceed, and I'm thinking we have Liam until 5 o'clock, I believe, and then after.
Yeah, that's fine.
You have him until 5. So, all right, and so we still have a quorum, so we can still move forward. So the next correspondence is a correspondence from Kevin Carey. Let's see.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Right now. Shoot. That's gonna be page.
Yeah.
You said 52?
That's what she said.
I wanna get some coffee too. Just be awake. Let me get some coffee.
Forever for it to download. I don't know if it's something, it might be my computer too. So let's see where we are. So we are on Kevin Carey, LMSW, request for waiver in-person CEs.
So it's very limited, the information that's provided to support the request.
The potential options, okay, and then, or can we even proceed? Sure what this documentation is for, like, what did he send this for?
I think to show financial hardship. Just
Okay.
making an assumption, but.
Okay, that's probably, okay, and so, so where are we with the, where are we with the decision regarding Kevin Carey?
I'm leaning towards the denial only because there's not sufficient information to support the request that I see.
Okay, if there's if that's a motion, I'm going to accept it. It's gotta make sure I have enough people, 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, I have enough.
Yeah.
And so if that's a motion, I'm going to accept it. I'm hearing that
I'm
there's.
just trying to make sure no one has any discussion before I make it. I don't wanna cut the discussion short. But
I want y'all to know
Doesn't
you
look like
can't, you
it.
can't enter, you know, you can enter a motion at any time, so it's not about, so.
Oh, you on the 117 one?
No, it was page 80,
Correspondence one,
correspondence 1.
Okay.
and, you gotta keep scrolling a little bit.
Yeah, I'm on one,
Page
I'm on the one
53.
with 117, so I have 117 pages, so that
Let
must
me
not
see.
be.
Is that correspondence 1?
First.
Yeah, right there.
I mean, I'm in here, right? This is the,
That's
okay,
Yeah,
there we
that's the
go.
one.
Okay, cool, thank you. 53.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go, thanks.
Okay, so what's your decision on Kevin, Gary? Where are we with that?
It's a motion on the floor, isn't it?
What's the insinuating,
Jamie left.
what's the extenuating circumstance? It
Well, that's
just says that he
the-
can't find CEUs in his that he can afford, and he has trouble finding CEUs in his area that he can afford. But the question that I would have is, has he or she looked online, because there are different CEUs, organizations that provide free CEUs, that he may or she may be able to access.
this is in person.
Well, well, that's what I'm saying. He, depending on how many he needs to obtain, he or she may be able to obtain their 10 CEUs and then go in person for their 10. Because I know he said that he's unable to get his 10, but he hasn't been able to find or provide extenuating circumstances for documentation about his any type of documentation stating his extenuating circumstances. There's none except
I don't say that.
I'm not.
So my question is, it is public record.
I know,
I
but you
wanna,
know.
my question is, where are we with this in terms of the motion? Cause I know I didn't accept it as a motion, Jamie, because you said you was unsure.
Yeah, I
So I
know
didn't
that,
accept it as that.
yeah.
I need further documentation.
So where are we with this particular matter? Are we ready for a motion?
I'll make a motion to deny and offer a compliance hearing because I need further documentation. It doesn't even say whether they live.
It's been moved by Trinity to deny and offer a compliance hearing. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Do we have any public comment pertaining to the motion on the floor? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. The next item on the agenda is a request from Catherine, and I don't want to butcher the person's name, Pfeifenberger, LCSW, requesting an extension for CEs.
Move to approve.
There's a motion on the floor to approve. Is there a second?
Give me 1 second.
Second,
It's seconded by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to the motion on the floor? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is a CE request for Catherine Lovelace.
So in this letter, it says, I understand that the CE reporting period runs from September 1st, 2024 through August 31st, 2025. That's not right, is that correct? That's not correct.
Wait, August, September.
September
That is
1st?
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it ends
it started
by,
over September.
September 1st. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
okay,
correct.
okay. No, I'm thinking June 30th.
You know, it's, the time moved on.
That's when I got old. I done got old.
But why do they think, oh, never mind.
6.25.
There's no swing month.
No, ma'am. And we have said that, I mean, we really have, I'm just trying to be graceful. We have said that a lot.
We documented it. I know, cause I know a lot
The
of,
newsletter, the most recent newsletter too, and it's been in all the newsletters, especially the ones that's around renewal period. We make a concerted effort to put a whole section about continuing education and the requirements, especially the ones when we're doing the renewal period. We make a concerted effort to do that. So yes, it is documented. So this would be 3 hours that was not obtained in person.
do we have it within, first of all, I'm not even sure we have it within our purview to just
We can,
allow it to not. But I am open to an extension to get the in-person hours.
Now, here's my question with that. Will this continue to occur? Because I know this is a one-time thing, but being that this individual stated that unfortunately, she manages these specific departments and she's making this request. She's asking for this. If we do it this time, what's her plan for next year?
Well, we can do it with a letter of education, if that'll satisfy your concern.
Yeah, I'm fine with
say
that.
managing apartments. I think
She, as the assistant dean for the College of Science Office of Student Service, which supports 5 academic departments.
oh, I thought you said apartment.
No, I was shaking my head.
Department, yeah. I thought you
Department, I'm sorry.
said Department. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, did I see something say apartment? I'm so sorry.
Departments.
So this is the thing, the board does not have the authority to, this is the challenge that we have. The rules say that you have to have
Exactly,
10 that's,
in person,
in person.
exactly.
So we can't go and say, well, we can waive your in-person
And that's what I'm
requirement. We
saying,
don't
so-
have the authority to do that as a board. So that's number one. We don't even have the authority to waive the in-person
That's what-
requirement
Yes.
under this,
So-
under these rules.
How we're going to rectify this situation for the next collection period. So as Jamie stated, we can provide a letter of education for for next time so that this extenuating circumstance won't occur for the next collection period. So we're extending grace for this collection period. So we're hoping the situation won't happen again because we may not be as graceful.
So I would like to make a motion to give an extension to get the remaining in-person hours required by,
It's 3 hours, so give her a month, 30 days.
that's something October 31st.
What today is?
Today is the
Middle of
12th.
month.
Well, September 12th, okay.
Yeah, just I like a clean.
So you wanna say,
October 31st.
okay,
That's fine.
With the letter of education
Fine with that.
regarding continuing education requirements.
okay. That's a motion on the
Second.
floor. Is there a
I
second?
second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or extensions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Terza Smith, request for CE extension. Okay. All right. Terza Smith.
Did, do we have clarity on what you just?
I mean, she provided a lot of.
Yeah, I'm good with
documents.
that. I'm just trying to see how much time, I don't know how many hours she needs to figure out how much time to give. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I was questioning. I'm agreeable to the
Right,
extension.
because we cannot waive the full requirement. Like, we don't have the authority to say, you don't have to do any of your CEs right now. We don't have that authority. So the ask is what I'm hearing from the board is saying, okay, so how many hours, what are you requesting? What's the specifics? Because we cannot we cannot waive your requirement. That
Okay,
requirement-
what
We
do
can do
February?
up-
I'm okay with that. Yeah. Wanna make a motion?
Yeah, cause I was going through February, cause that's when it lapses, right?
That's when it lapsed, yeah. So what is your motion?
Move to offer an extension to, February 1st, 2026.
Okay, so the motion is to approve the request to offer an extension until February, I think it's 28th, unless it's a leap year. I don't think we have a leap all year. February 28th, 2026, okay?
You said,
Who's the second, Jamie,
you said
okay.
February 1st, 2026.
28.
28, 2026, seconded by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carried. Next item on the agenda is a request from Margot Pasha to
Well-
accept VAX workshops completed in 2023.
Move to deny. And, no, let me restate. Move to deny and offer an extension through February 28th, 2026.
We move to the matter request and give her an extension to get the hours she needs.
So if we deny the request, y'all gotta know when we deny, it's still gonna be a compliance hearing.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, what?
So she's applying for the VAX. She completed her board orientation workshop November 17th, 2023. And she completed her 6.5-hour workshop in May of 2025.
Oh, I thought the max hours were too old for her to,
That's what I thought too.
I was misunderstanding what she was asking. Okay.
So you still denying and offering a compliance hearing, because it's denying
I
offering
withdraw.
compliance.
Yeah, that's what I
I
thought.
withdraw.
Yes, agreed.
Okay, so may the
Object.
record reflect that
What do you get to do?
may the record reflect that the motion has been withdrawn.
Okay.
Okay, so now the floor is open for a motion.
So-
What's the motion?
How long does how long are you supposed to get the backs after the training? There's a time
There's
frame.
there's no rule, regarding that.
So why?
I wonder why she has.
If it's, so most people take both of them within close proximity of each other and apply. For whatever, I don't know what her situation was, that there was this, time lapse between taking the classes. Perhaps, the workshops weren't offered when she was available. I don't know.
Well,
But the board, the office staff will just check in with the board if there's a
If
delay.
If it's, so the office staff defers to the board if there's been, a time lapse. So whether you think the 2023 is current enough.
so it's just 2 years.
Of course, if they took it in 99, they would question it, but
Right.
23 is.
That's 2 years. So
I
I
think
make a
that's-
motion to
yeah.
approve this request.
It's been moved by Trinity to approve this request. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions to that motion? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item is Mackenzie Jackson, LMSW supervision request. Okay, what do we have? This one. Caesar Raven.
Do you think they mean literal?
I believe it's not open.
Oh, look, it says on that page that the phone conversation confirmed they were only using the phone, so it's not audio visual. It's only audio. So I make a motion to deny.
It's been moved by Jamie to deny and offer compliance hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions? All right, hearing none, motion carries. I gotta pull up the next one, y'all.
Correspondence to,
Yep. Wait 1 second, let me get a minute to pull that up. And so we are going to stop at 5, let y'all do that, so we can probably get 2 in. Okay, next one on the agenda is Autumn Wilson.
Oh.
Okay.
That must be
well, might just
correspondence
be one
too.
in. Yep, it is.
so they initiated the contract within a month of starting supervision. They didn't complete it. They actually initiated the contract the day before they started supervision. July 16th, 2024, at the first session, July 17th, 2024. And then it's only the first contract that has the issue, and the supervisee initiated a portion of it, but it wasn't completed. And then looks like the employment verification was partially completed, so they initiated something, but it wasn't done. So, I mean, you can see effort to, do what they needed to do, so I make a motion to approve.
It's been moved by Jamie to approve this request. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to the motion on the floor? Any object? No, you said no. That's okay, no worries. Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Monica Guerra's LMSW request for supervision credit.
Okay, so this person. Oh, Lord, I can't see this.
So this is, she's asking for 1.5 hours?
Yeah, that's it.
Surely not.
That's
My
what it
supervisor
says.
So long, 1.5 hours.
60, with the 60 work hours.
Oh. Consider MI 60 hours of work along with the
Yeah, because you'll
1.5.
lose that work as well as
Yeah.
the supervision. That's why they put the request in. It's not just the 1 hour of supervision.
But don't we have a, requirement of how frequently they're supposed to be meeting?
Well, no, because it changed every 80 hours. So we're every 80 hours.
So if you, in 4 months, had 1.5 hours, that's a whole nother issue.
Right.
19, 2025.
I'm more concerned about that. So I make a motion to deny and offer a compliance hearing.
The motion on the floor made by Jamie to deny and offer a compliance hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to the motion on the floor? Any objections or abstentions? All right, hearing none, motion carries. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna put a pin in on that, okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna start tomorrow on Waukesha Rogers, which is what is that, letter G16? And we're gonna add that to our strategic planning meeting, but I will right now I want to entertain a motion to just table.
Recess.
Just
Yeah,
recess the
just
meeting.
recess it, huh? Okay, good, thank you. So, at this time, we are going to recess entertain a motion to recess the remaining information on this board meeting agenda. Add that to tomorrow's strategic planning agenda. At the beginning of the meeting, I will share with you guys where it would go, right? I just want to kind of gauge and see where it would go. But this is gonna go on tomorrow's meeting. With that being said, anything else, y'all? I think we had a pretty long, robust meeting. And with that being said, if there's nothing, I will entertain a motion to adjourn and we'll come back tomorrow at 9 AM.
So moved.
It's been moved by Trinity to adjourn and we come back tomorrow at 9. Thanks, Leah. We'll see you tomorrow morning, virtually at 9.
Sounds great.
All righty, thank you so much. All righty, you guys. All right, thank you. Take care.
Recording in progress.
Yeah, and give me one too, because I
You can tell them.
need to log in.
This meeting at the top in the right
That's
orange.
why you were asking, huh?
Yeah, because it wasn't coming up.
Okay, so there are no messages at any time, no messages.
Mhm.
At the previous meetings and then select yesterday.
I don't have a yesterday
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
up.
we don't. It says just September 13th with nothing.
No orange at the top, right over here.
Yeah, there's nothing. It just says
Wait a minute,
September
Right
13th.
there, previous meeting. Click that.
Oh, I didn't know.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Publish.
Let's see. Okay. Greetings, everyone. Today is Saturday, September 13th, 2025. The time is now 9:06 a.m. This is the Louisiana State Board of Social Work Examiners Strategic Planning Meeting. At this time, I'm going to ask for a roll call.
Jamie Barney, present. Trinity George,
Present.
Liam Doyle, absent. Dr. Hyson McKee,
Present.
Melissa Haley, present.
We also have our legal counsel, Sherry Morris, that's in attendance today, as well as our administrator, Emily D'Angelo. At this time, I'll ask Trinity to please read the expectations of the meeting.
A public comment period will be permitted for each agenda item requiring a vote. Members of the public who wish to provide public comment must use the raised hand function to be recognized by the chair. Any person may provide public comment only once per agenda item. Public comments are limited to 2 minutes per speaker. Public comments are limited to the item being considered by the board. The chair may disregard or terminate any public comment that does not comply with this paragraph. Attendees of the public portion of the meeting can receive general continuing education hours. Any email regarding continuing education credit will be sent within 30 days following the meeting.
Thank you so much, Trinity. At this time, I will be opening the floor for any public comment pertaining to, and let me give you some clarification. This is pertaining to our strategic planning agenda. Any public comment pertaining to our strategic planning agenda? Okay. All right, the public comment period is closed for the strategic planning agenda. The next item on the agenda is to discuss our current agenda with some of the adjustments and changes that need to be made to continue our board meeting from yesterday. So yesterday, we made a motion to continue our board meeting and add it to the strategic planning meeting agenda, starting with correspondence G16 from yesterday. And so we will be continuing our board meeting from yesterday agenda, starting with correspondence G16. And for our strategic planning agenda today, we are going to be capturing a good bit of B, C, E, F in our vision for FY26. So I'm saying that to say that I have a presentation for you all, and that's going to cover all of that, right? So it's not like we'll have an opportunity to cover each item, but it's all in one format, okay?
And it was BC.
So it's going to be, yes, so it's going to be B, C, E, F. And let me say, well, I'm not gonna I'll do H separately, because that allows for people to have questions too. So those will be B, C, E, and F will all be covered inside the Vision FY26, okay?
Mhm.
We will go into executive session. Of course, you see, to discuss those applications and other personnel matters. And the other points will just be covered as stated on the agenda. Board, so is there anything that we need to adjust or arrange for this change in these agendas before I call for a motion?
You had deferred item F5 under financial yesterday.
Okay, so let's do that. Thank you for picking that up. So we are also going to add item F5 from yesterday, which is the recommendation for accommodation, recommendation for accounting contract. Okay, and so let's put that in order. Let's do the recommendation for accounting contract first, then go into correspondence, and then everything else for the strategic plan. Okay, let's just have it right in order. That's G 15 to 33. Okay, anything else before I call for a motion? All right, I'll entertain a motion regarding the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda with amendment noted.
It's been moved by Jamie to approve the agenda with the amendments noted, seconded by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carried. Okay. All right, so now let's go right on into it. Let's go to our recommendation for accounting contract.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that our executive director be able to select an accountant from the last two remaining proposals. 4 proposals were reviewed in the range of our current payment for accountant. 2 were selected as finalists. So the motion is related to allowing the chair to select, the executive director to select the accounting firm.
Okay, is there a second for that?
Second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to that motion? Any objections or abstentions to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries.
On point of information.
Uh-huh.
So, with that being said, would we then have to select the contract amount, or has the contract amount already been identified? Or like what would be the next, or is that it? Is there another step after that, or is that it?
The goal is to based on the current actuals for the previous fiscal year.
Okay, so we
So-
don't have to, okay, thank you.
Right, any other questions regarding that matter? All right, with that being said, let's go right on ahead to G15. I'm sorry, G16. Yeah, because we did 15 yesterday. And that would be Waukesha Rogers, request for supervision credit. Is that correspondence 3? Do we know? Help the chair out. real quick.
It's correspondence 2.
Thank you so much.
Page 19.
Okay, so it appears this is a potential loss of 29 hours of supervision from June 2024 to May 2025 due to a lack of contract. So this person started supervision June 27, 2024. They started the application in September 2024. I would guess that is to, oh, here it is.
Bless you. Thank you.
But there's a partially completed something, but I can't see the date.
Employment verification and reflector was approved 12/13/2024. This verification incomplete 11/20/2025.
That says 2025?
It said verification incomplete, final review.
That's what it looks like it says, but we
Incomplete.
ain't at November 2025 yet, so I couldn't see that.
Yeah, I was at the final review. It says incomplete to be reviewed by LABSWE. Turn my head sideways just to see it. Says the log, the acknowledgement, structure, and focus partially completed due 11/20/2025. That's circled.
That date always, it's reflective of a year from when the step was initiated.
Oh, okay, so it was initiated in 2024, 11/20/2024 then.
Which step was that?
The acknowledgement, structure, and focus of supervision, job description, and attestation. In the employment verification, as I stated, was approved 12/13/2024.
So the issue is not just the supervision hours, it's a lot of work hours that's gonna be lost too. That's what I'm seeing as well. And is this the issue, because I don't know why I don't see as much information as I usually do, but that could be because this is just is the issue because the contract wasn't done within the 60-day time frame? Is that what I'm reading?
That's what it looks like.
So
I'm
it
just trying to
says
get clarity on that.
Mark Alford, is that the supervisor?
That must be the supervisor. Let me go back and see. No, the supervisor's name is Antoine Butler. But let me see, that may be the Let me see if that's the facts or that's the supervisor.
Monica Guerrera is the employee and Mark.
Oh, Mark is the
Agency representative. Look
So
like the
the
super-
facts must be the supervisor, and that's Antoine.
So they were trying to do it. I think I see enough to support that because Mark Alford did something December 2024. Job created. I'm guessing that was the employment, oh, that's the employment verification step. So she sent that to the agency representative. Okay. So the supervision, though, we can't see the same type of history with the, that would help.
Sure, can you name out the- The supervisor, the backs could have written something on behalf of the licensee, would have been more helpful.
So so this acknowledgement structure and focus of supervision, there's a date of November 2025, so that means something was done November 2024 by these parties, right, Emily?
They initiated it.
So they did initiate the contract, they
Right.
didn't complete it. And the agency representative signed off on the employment verification. So they're aware they were in supervision, so.
I'm
I'm okay with
confused.
this.
My question is, and I don't know if anybody has the answer. I'm trying to help understand, was the contract, or maybe this is a different issue? Was the contract done within the 60 days?
I don't
Oh,
believe we have
required.
the answer.
The hours start in June of 2024.
So, no, it wasn't within 60 days, but it wasn't as far out.
Yeah. but
It was
it's a year.
November 20th, 2024.
So the question would be, it's not going to be the entire 6/27 to 5/4
No.
of hours. It would only be the time in which that contract,
Right.
and that would put it November of 2024. Is that correct? Is
And
that what
60
I'm
days back
following?
would be September, so we could say September 20th, 2024.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm following along. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not gonna be this excessive amount of hours if, so it would be it'll backdate to September.
Yes,
So we're looking at June 27, 2024 to September, what of 2024?
no, we're looking for at September 20th, 2024 forward. Oh,
Okay,
you mean, you're talking about hours lost or
yeah, I was lost.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, correct.
It would be
Yes,
June
to
27, 2024 to September what of 2024? September 20, so let's calculate that. What's that, how many hours? 5,
Yeah,
6?
we don't have a law.
We don't have a log, okay.
We can always deny and offer a compliance hearing and allow her to bring that.
I don't think we need to.
I don't think we need to do that. I'm just,
Can we just do the dates?
yeah, we can do the dates. So it is 6/27, 2024 to what, September 20th?
That's the hours lost.
I think that's it's not the whole 29, it's not 1,000 hours, it's just those few. So I need somebody to help me, can we try to calculate that or work through that?
Yeah, I want to make a motion. I'll make a motion to approve the hours from September 20th, 2024 to May 4th, 2025.
Correct.
And I'll second
Is there a
that.
second?
I'll second it.
Okay, the motion was made by,
Yeah, I want to recuse myself.
okay, the motion was made by Jamie to, approve from, say it again, Jamie?
September 20th, 2024 to May 4th, 2025.
25. All right. So what that means is it's seconded by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions to the motion? Melissa Haley, for the record, has recused herself from the decision-making process in this matter. With that said, I haven't heard anything else. Motion carries. So the only thing we need is to be able to,
obtain that information as it relates to how many hours that was missed. I don't have it in front of me, so I'm saying between that time.
And that's why I was saying what I said, that they could have brought the documentation if we didn't have it.
The law, we
But
can
we
do
should
that with the
have it.
law.
The staff will be able to.
The staff will do that. Okay, so that
Okay.
matters resolved. Can we move on to the next one? Conchetta McElwee, request for supervision, credit. Okay, let's see, what's the matter with this contract completion date? Yeah, this sound like a sub, you know.
So it looked like they sound like they submitted the project.
I see a lot of attempts of trying to make this situation work. That's just me. I see a lot of documentation of trying to make this situation work. I see the banks as well as the licensee providing a lot of support, supportive documentation, trying to make the situation work. That's what I see.
I don't see that yet, but.
Okay,
Oh, okay, I see.
So,
Scroll.
right, in my mind, which
Yeah.
I gotta pull back and let y'all discuss.
Yeah, no, and so these attempts started, let me see,
11/5/2023.
okay, and they started with the emails trying to figure it out. This is October 2022. So wait, the ones in question are from the second job. When did she start supervision? You said 11/5.
In 22,
So she switched jobs, it must be.
in 23. So she lost, the time lost is 11/5/23 to 4/9/25.
Okay, so. 11/5/23. I see, so the emails where they were trying to get it straight looked like that was from the first one and it was straight. So then we get to the second contract.
Was it with Ashna?
Yes.
Okay, so item 7 is the emails with, I'm looking at her legend, which I appreciate a lot. 11/3, first days at Ashland.
She has a timeline of relevant issues and corrective actions.
I don't see where they tried to work the contract out for the second job. So hopefully someone can point that out. Go ahead, we repeated technical issues. Okay.
She sent it to Ashna,
Yeah,
didn't she?
well, I'm looking at this one, it said accepted. Let's hope you can complete it. From first revision contract. But which one is this one that she accepted? This was in 2021.
I see something on page 95, Monday, August 8, 2022. Something to the supervisor saying, hello, welcome. Acknowledgement for the supervision contract. Acknowledge restructuring for supervision job description and attestation as part of supervision contract 2.
That's my first job, and I think the first contract is fine.
Yeah, that's
Just the
that may,
second contract.
that may.
It started in November 2023. Let's see. So much different. And I see they were doing some stuff on paper to make sure. that-
Yeah, I see a
I
lot of
don't
stuff
see
here,
where-
like, I just,
Oh, wait, here, agency supervisor consent to supervision, okay. Okay, okay. Is this Ashland? Mm-hmm. Not dated though.
Let's see, it is.
Huh?
One that is dated. I'm trying to
Okay.
see when this-
Oh, yeah, there it goes. Oh, that say 6/6/25 though.
Yeah.
I appreciate them putting all this together. I'm trying to. Cause I see that there's a note on this document that keeps reappearing. That's dated July 2025. That
I see when it says.
repeated technical issues and correspondence, November 3rd, 2023 to April 2024. And she said they engaged in numerous emails and calls with Certamy. And those efforts expanded November 23 to April 24, but I don't actually, I guess a lot of stuff in here, but I don't see that. That's what I just wanna see that there was an effort with the transition.
On January 3rd, 2023, it says Certainly has reset your forms as there was a technical error with entering your supervision hours. That was on January 3rd, 2023. I can't tell you what page this is because I'm not seeing the
No,
page.
that's, I don't think that'll help because all of that is related to this first contract that is fine.
January 3rd is in the first contract? I thought,
Yeah, the second contract started November 2023.
oh, November 2023.
So it looks like they had a lot of issues with the first one. I just need to see, for me, I would, to be consistent, see an effort at that second contract.
Trying to see, I'm looking at the supervisor's letter. And she indicated that there's external documentation of clinical hours attached to letter. Due to the ongoing platform challenges, she personally maintained independent external documentation of all supervision hours provided, including session dates and duration. This was done to ensure accurate records were preserved regardless of certain submission difficulties. These hours mirror what was later entered into the platform and represent legitimate direct clinical supervision that complied with the board standards and spirit of practice.
So I sent another email where I think it helps understand a little bit. So this on page 89, there's an email to Sarah where look like the Bex is explaining. But who's oh no, I'm sorry, this is the supervisee is explaining that, so pretty much it doesn't look like she changed jobs. It looked like the change in jobs was administrative due to something with a grant. And so that may be why, that may explain, like the work she did stayed the same. She stayed at the same place, but it's something with the grant.
It says same grant, under the same agency, same grant, and continue to receive consistent supervision from me with no break in clinical oversight. Out of caution, she paused supervision for 6 months to ensure that all necessary forms, contracts, and platform issues were addressed before resuming.
Okay, so I think that's where the confusion may have come in.
Following a change in employer, the licensee remained in the same clinical role under the same agency, same grant, and continued to receive consistent supervision from the supervisor with no break in clinical oversight.
So it looks like this, I guess the change in name of technically who was getting the grant was what the change was.
But it was the same grant.
Right, so that may be why the thought to change the contract didn't take place at that time.
Because it was the same grant.
Because it's the
same
same, like I'm
agency.
doing the same thing.
It's the same thing, it's just a funding.
And I get that.
It looks like it's a funding change.
Yeah,
like
So that makes sense.
So the hours are from November 5th, 2023 to April 9th, 2025. What's our climate, where we are board with this?
Make a motion to approve.
I second.
Been moved by Jamie to approve all clinical hours completed from November 5th, 2023 to April 9th, 2025. Is there a
I
second?
second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to the motion?
Conchita McElwee.
Cheetah, you have the floor, 2 minutes.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Can
Yes,
you hear
good
me? Okay, great. Grand Rising, great morning, board members. I want to thank you for allowing me to continue forward. Shaka, my backs and I provided a tome of information of the difficulties that we've had with Saturmi. At one point, I was even assigned as the supervisor of her supervisees. And so just as a social worker and a person who's always fighting for justice every day, I just wanted to say that I think that I know other people that are kind of struggling with the same thing. And so I just wanted to advocate in this space for people who are experiencing the same thing as me, and just put that goodness out into the world, because it's been very difficult getting all of this together for y'all, and I do appreciate, and I look forward to my future as a LCSW and PhD doing the good work. So,
Thank you for your comment. Any other public comment pertaining to the motion on the floor? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Isabel, wait a minute, y'all. Yep, Isabel Yerrick, LMSW, requesting for supervision credit. All right, y'all, I'm gonna have to still get, the other one was a lot, so I'm trying to get to the next.
121.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
You don't
Vice
say.
Chair. All right. Hmm.
So do they have any contracts for this one?
But she did say it wasn't fully completed, so I'm trying to see what was partially. Okay, so there's a supervision contract, 6/12/24.
Let's look her up.
6/12/24.
Yeah, there's a, you can't see the pages still.
He said, well, this says what date was the employment verification step of contract started? Here it says 8/9/24.
But
On the
page
list from Sharon.
130, there's a, screenshot from Certamen,
Mhm,
and it has like the date of the exam results and such.
mhm.
And there's the LCSW application was open 6/12, and so was supervision contract.
See 25. Let me see 24.
Oh, on page 130?
130. I'm on page 130. Wait, oh, I was on page 131. Okay, yeah, I see it. 6/12/24. Yeah, you got that. Okay, so I see it, yeah. Supervision contract phase title, yeah,
Yeah.
it was signed and,
So it must not have been completed. It must have been initiated and,
but it was initiated.
yeah. And then 8/9, the employment verification wasn't done, it looks like.
Mhm, mhm.
And 8/9 is still within the 60 days.
It is, so I don't, well, what y'all thoughts about,
I make a motion to approve.
Jamie has,
Did you guys before you do that?
that's her motion, she can make it. Now, you can either second it or not, but she has every right. She made a motion to approve. So either if you don't want to second it, it's fine, but there is a motion on the floor to approve.
Yep, okay.
Second.
Okay, it's been seconded by Melissa. So, okay, this is how it goes, okay? Is there a public comment pertaining to the motion? And any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? Is there an objection? All right, there's an objection to the motion on the floor made by Trinity. All right, when there's an objection, then we need to do a roll call.
And we can't know why he objected.
That's.
He don't have to say why. He can say if he wants, but he does not have to say why he objects.
Okay.
If he objects, he objects. So. Who is not? We'll just say for the record, what is? Say for the
When,
record.
I'm sure we wouldn't have got this far.
It has gotten this far.
It
So
is a public
after searching our platform and it appears that
You talking about Megan?
the license, the supervisor is not.
Megan Thiel? Is
Oh,
the
okay.
supervisor.
Megan Thiels is the supervisor. Oh, okay. I was looking at the agency representative.
Yeah,
And-
they don't have to be a supervisor.
Oh, okay.
Right,
I was
so-
looking at the agency representative's title as the clinical director, and it looks like that individual was not.
He thought the banks was the supervisor.
Okay, so,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
definitely
Okay,
want to
we're
be
good.
very mindful. and cautious
Exactly,
of that and
exactly.
not putting that kind of information out, okay?
Exactly.
So
Okay.
I'm still gonna do a roll call
Yeah,
unless
you
you're
can go ahead.
withdrawing your objection.
I'm withdrawing my objection.
Okay, any objections or abstentions? All right, hearing none, motion carries.
I'm sorry if that was improper. That's why I was trying to see what name he was putting. in
Yeah,
there.
I didn't
Say
want
it
to
out
say
loud.
it. No, I don't want that. Right, we don't want to put that out there like that. So it's gonna be approved. Okay, next item on the agenda is Claire Duplantis, LMSW request for supervision credit. All right.
It's so much easier when it's just one job.
Mhm.
Yeah, and one supervisor, but you know, you can't always do that, but.
Yeah.
you
Not
know,
without fault. It
we're
just
putting
makes it
things in
easier
there. We're
for
trying to put things in place to help with that. 2,000 work hours. Okay.
any supporting documentation to demonstrate an attempt to initiate the contract. So for that reason, I'm going to make a motion to deny the request.
It's been moved by Jamie to deny and offer a compliance hearing. Is there a second?
Second,
Second by
Melissa.
Melissa. Look, Melissa, I had wrote something. I was looking at, look. Melissa's like, let me let you know who I am. Okay, second by any public comment pertaining to the motion on the floor. Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is a request for supervision credit for Anna Torres.
So new scan.
Yeah. I take all these, I can take them out and keep the bread.
All these what?
Documents, like the downloads. It's wearing down on my little computer's brain.
Okay.
Time off from 3/19 to 4/12. People put in documentation. Opening the floor for a motion.
Motion to approve the request.
It's been moved by Jamie to approve the request, second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any- Yes,
I recuse myself from the vote.
okay, for the record, Melissa recuses herself from the vote. Any objections or abstentions for the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Irina Stepstova. Request for supervision credit.
So it looked like they started the contract. Wait, is this one right?
Started in 22,
Yeah,
May 27th.
the first,
Yeah, but they initiated
that's-
the contract in May of 2022. And they completed it May of 2022. Wait,
no, contract completion date was 7/26/2022.
that's what I just said.
And the first date was, supervision was 5/10/2022.
Well, but what's the difference? It says this started at 5/27 and verified at 6/7/22.
You did, but yeah.
No, that's a year. Oh, well, no, I'm looking at 22. Okay, I got it. So that's.
So she had the first session, May 10th, 2022.
Right.
And the contract started.
The contract completed June 26, 2022. I mean, July 26. So maybe like 16 days off. Is that what I'm saying? 16 days.
Oh, okay.
So how much?
I just wanted
to.
Oh, the employer didn't complete the professional
Yeah.
experience and certificate.
No, what I'm saying is why is she losing?
Stuff happened.
Sarah gotta know that the thing. So
She
the
had two
employer
jobs.
didn't complete the professional experience and certificate. And the contract for the current employer was late, causing the time loss. So it's the second contract. So the first one looks like the employer was late. So that's the issue with that one. But the supervisee did their part. The second contract,
It said completed, but it was initiated. It was initiated in July 25 and she started in July 24.
yeah.
So that's the time she
that's the
lost.
issue. Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, just to break it up, I would like to make a motion to approve all of the supervision and work hours from St. Tammany Health Center system. Cause it look like there's some overlap with the jobs.
Okay.
So I don't wanna just say dates.
Okay.
Okay, so now with this second one, gotta look at that. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's one motion?
Yeah, that was a motion.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions to that motion? Hearing none, motion carries.
The second one, she started July 8, 2024.
She had the same B-Sacks. She
Sacks.
switched jobs.
She always said these facts.
She always.
What the backs?
Backs. I'm trying to get these dates. Let me see.
Go back and look on page 29 and she has to work hours and stuff explained. She broke it down. I was to behavior health on 28, she has it broken down.
Jamie, let me understand for a point of clarification. Well,
Mhm.
I guess I can, I can answer a point of clarification.
Oh, no, the chair can't do that. I'm just trying to get an understanding as to, we didn't say those dates because, why again?
Cause it looks like, from what I'm seeing, cause it says that she's worked with St. Tammany Health Center from April 2022 to current. So if we say we're approving all hours from 4/2022 to right now, that would include contract 1 and contract 2. And contract 2 is where we had a question.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. I got it.
So, I mean, but we could, I guess we could say that if we wanna amend that, we could say.
That one's already
Okay,
gone.
We can make
okay.
another.
I just was
We can
wondering,
make
what-
another one though. Yeah, you can make another.
I'm good with it. I'm just trying to make sure, are you trying to make sure the record's clear?
Yeah, I just wanted to I was just trying to
Yeah.
get clarity on that. It's okay. You clarified it. I just wanted to.
Okay.
Every time I don't touch anything regarding supervision. That's why I don't make a motion. You guys are backs.
Is there anything, do y'all see anything showing why they didn't do a contract, or if they started one with Covington?
Behavioral
She
health.
said they didn't give an explanation of why they wouldn't, but it looks like who completed the supervision contract on 27,
Oh, what?
on page 27?
Maybe William
See,
Knight.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I hope I'm not misspelling his name. Pronouncing his name.
Night, yeah,
But
Nick,
that was done recently, like when they
Okay.
realized there was an issue.
yeah, because he's the LCSW backs, it looks like. But it says the LCSW and the agency supervisor are not the same individuals.
So I think this is a situation where they can further explain in the compliance hearing. So I would make a motion to deny the hours from Covington Behavioral Health
Okay.
from July 8, 2024 till June 21st, 2025.
So we saw it. Entered in. Is there a second to that?
I'll second that.
Second by Trinity. Public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. Tiana Baker, request for supervision credit.
St. Tammany, it's just it looks like they didn't want to do the professional experience verification. They want the board to accept this letter of how many hours she worked. It's
It's difficult.
well, they didn't want to complete it while it was in CERTA. I don't know if they would have a different
If it's a
viewpoint with the way we're doing it now, but that was one of her letters in here was about the professional experience verification record.
She also has that same letter from Covington Behavior Health. And in her letter, she says, because the St. Tammany hours were approved. But it's the Covington Behavior Health that wasn't. But she has a letter from Covington verifying her hours. And she says in her letter, she doesn't know why they wouldn't put that in CERTA.
If it's a requirement of all other licensees, what would make her situation any different?
Well, I mean, if the
You can't make a
employer,
third party,
yeah.
You can't make the employer do it.
See, I would have been comfortable with her
Can't
if,
make them.
if Covington would have provided a letter saying that they were aware she was under supervision during that time. Then to me, that would have been, it wouldn't, it didn't go through CERTA, but it verified she was there and they were aware.
And then this also, you know, it's gonna, it's been denied to go into compliance hearing, so there are gonna be a lot of opportunities. I have some questions too about company behavior health. And so that'll be our opportunity to, ask more questions about this matter, but y'all are bringing up some really good points. Okay, Tiana Baker, requests for supervision credit.
October 28th, 2024. So the first session was April 29th, 2024. Look like they started the acknowledgement step October 28th, 2024.
Somebody wrote in 6/9 of 2025. Who writes that? Who wrote that? That's when it was received. It was says beginning date of supervision. I see that somebody scratched the line out and put 6/9 of 2025. Y'all see that on page 42?
Yeah.
I'm confused about that.
I'm
E-
seeing
Either it
15.
started me or it didn't. Is this the 6/9/2025? When did it start?
That might be the
That's
date
when it
that
was
it's.
received, it looks like. Updated application received 6/9/2025.
I have
So
that.
the beginning date of,
7/8/25.
right, I don't think they're trying to say that a different date in supervision. I think that's the CERTA date, like the date that we are starting.
Starting this, yeah, because I was wondering why that was, okay, got it.
That's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Six received.
So 6/9. 24. Okay. I don't see the contract.
So they acknowledge.
I see it at 10/28/24 is when the contract.
What is this? I don't know what you're looking at.
Oh,
wait. On
I don't
page
feel- I don't mean to
21,
laugh, but I-
where it say acknowledgement. Cause why does that say 4/24/24? And then
right.
it's dated 10/28/24.
Right, I don't understand.
Is that when it was initiated?
I saw
and then-
10/28/24, and then I see 4/24/24, right?
Yeah.
So,
Is that when it was initiated versus completed? Who is Alice? Is Alice in the base?
yes.
Okay,
Let's see.
so that's what I'm going to gather from this. Is that it was initiated 4/24,
That's what I
but
see,
signed
10/28/24, maybe so. So it was initiated 10/20,
especially because she has the email confirmation that
forward.
she, on page 39, that she did the acknowledgement structure.
Right, that's there.
So I think she's demonstrating her efforts to get it done. So. We need to make up this, we can talk about it. So I would like to make a motion to approve the supervision and work hours from April 9th, 2024 to April 8th, 2025.
2024 to, say it again.
April 8th, 2025.
April 8, 2025. There's a second.
Second.
Second by Trinity. Any public comment?
Any abstentions or objections? Hearing none, motion carries. Jason Weems, request for supervision credit.
Both contracts have issues.
Dave. Okay, so. Yeah. Any evidence that the contracts were initiated, let's see.
The person was like, they passed the exam.
Let's see. Do you have any other supporting documentation regarding this matter that the board could review?
Well, I see that they started the LCSW
I
application.
see it at 8/12/24, but I don't see anything else from there.
Right. Well, yeah, what the rest of it is? I didn't realize that's the last page. I thought,
Yeah, so that's page. So I don't see any other documentation, for
like the
us to
screenshots
review.
like we have
Yeah,
the other one.
yeah, I don't, for us to be able to review. I'm opening the floor for a motion.
Do these, the documentation that we review, does this come from uh, the board office staff get the screenshots or that's the board office staff that provides that information? Hi, Emily.
Sometimes I would say probably the majority of the time it's from Sarah, but sometimes the LMSW and the backs have taken their
Sends all
own
the stuff.
screenshots and provided it to us.
Well, I see.
I can give you my stack of what I have in case something
Yeah, can I?
didn't scan correctly.
Sorry, I'm trying to come, but I don't have questions. So. Thank you. Okay.
What you got?
This one wasn't.
Like they got some stuff here.
Oh, so this is excavated, so this definitely wasn't.
Okay, now I didn't read it. Okay, so that verification. That verification. We got this other thing.
Oh, no, no,
Yeah,
signature.
no. We got the whole jobs. Okay. What's this? All right, here we go.
It's not a covalent though.
Yeah, that's go there. You know, what's this? What's this?
It's the.
Consent, that's just a consent.
Right, but it don't have no dates. So. I'm certain.
What's this?
This was the same, the things we had.
They have
the
in
letter.
there, okay. It is back.
I wonder what this is. What they did, because they did something,
But we don't see where.
but it could be the law, you know, it's like, yeah.
Okay, then, thank you. That's that air condition doing it. Okay, so I'll open the floor for a motion, regarding Jason Weems' request for supervision credit.
I make a motion to deny the request and offer a compliance hearing.
It's been moved by Jamie to
Second.
deny and offer a compliance hearing,
I recuse.
second by Trinity. And for the record, Melissa has recused herself from the vote and decision-making and discussion. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. Gregory Gonzalez, LMSW, request for.
This is gonna be on page.
Yeah, Gregory Gonzalez, LMSW, request for supervision credit. Okay,
Completion date was 6/12/2024.
okay, I'm confused. What is revocation of my bags approved? Was this heard before? I am writing to respectively request reconsideration of the revocation of my bags approved supervision meetings. Was this something that?
Talking about what their role is.
Oh, okay, was
Probably,
it heard? Okay, thank you.
Say the board members permit.
So what role does the board members have in permitting supervision and reviewing supervision records?
We gotta go to the house and sit on side and pull up the rules and the standards and show them what's required. And make sure they bags went to training and understood required. And then if if on day 59, we supposed to jump out and say, stop.
So I'm wondering, is there agency supervisor, okay, got that, that employment verification, got that. Just wondering if there's anything I can grab from to see that a contract was done. And I'm not seeing that. The logs here. The logs. Let's see where it was initiated. Okay, 4/5/25. Contract 1/4/1/25. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Supervision contract was signed on 6/11/25. That's the first one I see. And the supervision started on 4/5/11/23.
Do you see this document?
effective is verified 6/10/25.
So he had a contract added April of 2025, but he doesn't know how the contract was added.
I got that.
So he added it, but whatever he's saying he did ain't nowhere. Am I missing something else?
That person. No, I know that person didn't have it. I think it's accident. They don't, okay, okay, all right, that's what I was.
But even if we did make that mistake, that's what I'm.
Okay. Thank you, Administrator. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to ask an administrative question.
Okay, so I don't see anything that indicates.
Okay, 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 thank you. Thank you. All right, are we still in discussion? I'm sorry, I had an administrative question I had to get clarification on. Y'all are still in discussion with that
Oh, no,
one?
there's no, I don't,
Can you upload a different contract so this mess can be resolved ASAP? Exclamation point. I filled out the contract wrong because I clicked the update.
Okay, y'all are still in discussion, all right? No worries, I see that's what's happening.
So all I see is that the supervision contract one was 4/1/25. The backs, did I say it right?
Yes,
Okay,
you
if I say it
did.
right, that's how I'm good. I'm not gonna say it right again, though. 4/1/25. Supervision contract two is 4/5/25. So all of the contracts, so was there a log? Was there a log? Were they able to log in without any, were they able to log their work without any contracts?
Yeah, you can do it. The record of supervision is in a different part, so you
Okay,
can.
so they were doing the record
Oh, I
supervision.
have no idea.
Oh, we haven't seen it.
I would like to make a motion
Yeah.
denying all three compliance hearing.
Okay, on the floor, there's a motion made by Trendy to deny offer compliance hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Paul Do Yin. LMSW request to consider supervision provided by VAX that unexpectedly pass away.
Page 80.
Hold on a second.
Okay,
You said page
so,
80?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let me see.
First of all,
Yeah.
I did not know that Taylor Altman transitioned, and I will want to offer our condolences to that. I want to understand Taylor, if I'm reading this correct, was a bank supervisor for many years, and I did not know that Taylor had transitioned.
He also was a board member for 6 years and served as chair.
Yep, and I wasn't aware of that, and so we want to give our condolences to his family, from the board and social workers who have learned from him, so. With that being said, do we need to really review this, the VAX transition? Anybody on the board has issues with not approving these hours?
I don't even know what the issue is with the house. Give me a second. I
Well,
don't
the
think
issue is that the VAX died. And
I know, but why do we need? Was something missing?
No, it's
Oh.
just that they're asking.
Contract issue. What it is he can't evaluate.
Oh, the evaluation. Oh, okay, yeah, no
Evaluation.
problem. Okay,
So what we,
yeah, no issue.
okay, all right.
Make a motion to,
So, moved by Trinity to approve this request. Is there a second?
Second.
second by, Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Kathy Lee Cornell, LMSW request for remote supervision.
One that had the
This
public
is the
comment.
one that had that.
Oh, I think y'all got it. Did I give it back to y'all?
Not even sure.
I think I may have. It
The
was
mama
some-
show is gone.
Let me see.
I'm quite
Where is it?
confident.
Oh, I hate that. I read it
Yeah.
yesterday, but I was
Gone.
trying to hold on to it to read it again.
You have more.
You
than one
have it,
copy?
Emily?
Is this a new scan?
If you ain't had one, your
I'm
copy
looking
is
for,
gone.
yeah, I'm trying to
It
see.
must be correspondence for.
In the public
I'm
comment, she
looking.
printed it out and I had it. Let me see, I might,
Yeah, this is gonna be a.
no.
No, Dr.
New
Hunter.
scan.
No.
It's gonna be a correspondence for
I
you.
read it yesterday. I wanted to read again. It's gone. Emily's gonna print it.
That's the third letter of recommendation that we had printed. Straightforward.
So now we on correspondence 3,
4.
4. All right. Moving right along.
Yes, if you could. I'm sorry about that. I think we shredded it yesterday.
Dear Emily, I am leading a work conference this Friday and will be unable to attend the LABSWE board meeting scheduled for September 12th, 2025. My supervisor will try to attend but cannot guarantee attendance for when the board will take my request under their consideration. Will you please include the following as my public comment for agenda item G26? Dear members of the board, I serve as the associate for National Disaster Response for Presbyterian Disaster Assistance, a role that requires a great deal of travel to communities impacted by crises and disasters. This past summer, my work and family obligations did not permit me to return to New Orleans to meet with my supervisor for a face-to-face meeting within the 80 working hour limitation. To accommodate this issue, my supervisor and I met remotely for supervision on July 9th. I made this same request last year and it was approved by the board. I ask that the board will also approve this request for remote supervision.
Move to approve.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Is
I
that?
wanted to recuse myself, but I don't vote anyway, but there's a motion on the floor made by Melissa to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Melissa, if you leave, we lose a quorum. Okay, it's been moved by Melissa to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. All right, we could take a quick little break. No, it's okay. We'll take a quick break. Can you put us on mute real quick? It'll be like
Recording
a minute
stopped.
break.
Recording in progress.
Are going to go right on to,
I didn't unmute yet.
oh, okay. Got that delay now. Okay.
There you go.
All right. So Haley Boyd
Sorry, hi. Go ahead.
All right, we back. We just needed that quick, get something to drink. So, all right, next item on the agenda is Haley Boyd, request for remote supervision. Looks like it's a distance to travel matter, but y'all wanna from Madisonville to Baton Rouge.
That is a distance,
Huh?
quite a distance.
I'm opening the floor for a motion.
Move to approve.
It's
Second,
been moved by Melissa to approve. Is there a second?
second,
Second by Trinity. Any public comment pertaining to the motion?
No.
Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Charlicia Dugas. Remote supervision. Okay, so wait a minute, all right. This is gonna be approved under 503H. Just letting you know that. I want people to understand that we, 503H. There any changes that's made? All changes that's being made under the new proposed rule, those requirements would have to be followed. So I need the board to be aware of that we are making those recommendations. Charliza Dugas request for remote supervision.
motion to approve.
Second.
It's been moved by
Trinity.
Trinity. Thank you, Trinity. Second by Melissa. It's Saturday. Any public comment pertaining to that motion? Any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Laura Blanchard. Request for remote supervision.
So
This is 24.
she didn't say where the locations were. That's what I don't see. I
You talking
mean,
about
she
for Laura
says
Blanchard, Melissa?
yeah, she says the miles, but she didn't say the location.
I'm not inclined to. Because it's not,
I agree.
I make a motion to deny an offer compliance hearing.
It's been moved by Trinity to deny this request. Is there a second? Who was the second?
Me.
Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Objections or abstentions to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. All right, next item on the agenda is a request from Martha Guthrie.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been moved by Trinity to approve, seconded by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to the motion? Any objections or abstentions to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Emily Madeira. Request to review job description for purposes of back supervision. This is Emily Madeira. Job description request for back supervision.
Managing data work with.
It's macro.
It's macro.
I don't
That's
see.
macro, but I don't have an issue. I can't jump and say that, Lord. Y'all gotta stop. I gotta stay quiet. It appears as though the job description does look like it fits macro practice social work. In my experience, macro practitioners, do a lot of this work.
Very well.
So motion to approve.
It's been moved by Trinity to approve, seconded by Melissa. Any public comment pertaining to this motion? Any objections or abstentions to the motion? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Shalonda Harris, LCSW Bags, question relative to possible ethical conflict.
She says at one of our, a school council.
So school counselors are more like guidance counselors, I think.
Yeah.
And so it looks like that person referred the child to the social worker who does the mental health services. But they're distant relatives of each other.
The school social worker is a distant relative of the child.
Yes. Look, yes, of the mom, so yes.
So do we have, does anybody have the rules that we can point out real quick? In terms of dual relationships? We can refer to on this matter.
The school social worker stated she does not have a personal relationship with the school council.
Relationships is under 113.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, 113.
Administrator knows that. Okay, the school's council is a distant relative of the school social worker's supervisor. Boom. The question is the school social worker related to the student? That's because we can't regulate the
Yeah.
school counselor.
Right.
So is the school social worker, and Vice Chair, did you say, from understanding reading the letter, that school social worker is related to the student?
Yes, they're distant.
Okay, so what's the 113B?
Looking for it. 113B, it states dual relationship social workers have an affirmative duty to maintain the best interest of clients and former clients as the predominant consideration during the existence of the social worker client relationship and thereafter, while clients and former clients with whom the social worker has or had a clinical therapeutic relationship are at greater risk. Any relationship with a client or a former client exposes clients and former clients to a risk of exploitation. Social workers shall be aware, even in those instances where the other relationships are not specifically prohibited, that the social worker, by promoting, encouraging, or participating in any relationship with a client or former clients, runs a risk of exploitation.
And then number one
Personally, yeah,
goes a little further
here it is.
and no.
She's reading it. She's reading it on computer. Trinity.
You're welcome. Look, I'm gonna give it to you.
When a social worker may not avoid a personal relationship with a clinical or therapeutic client, the social worker shall take necessary protective measures consistent with the best interest of
Team
B1. Yeah.
B1.
So I think they need to look at this and make a decision if there is another person that can provide the services. Because if it's saying when a social worker may not avoid a personal relationship, so if it's avoidable, it should be avoided. If it cannot be avoided, then it's up to the social worker to ensure that the best interest of the client is protected. And that person will carry the liability if it is not protected.
Right, so that's 113B1. We will be submitting in the response to this. And then also, hold on, can I get it out? Let me get it out. Also, number 2, we can't also be mindful, the board can't give you any legal counsel.
Right.
So we're not going there. What we're gonna do is point you back to the rules. The rules are clear. We are going to
Just refer to the.
recognize that the licensee, when they hold the license and the privilege to practice in the state of Louisiana, that they read the rules and they make the best judgment. As a practitioner, the rules are there. We are providing you the rule, which is 113B1 to refer back to. Well, we are not going to provide you legal counsel. But I appreciate you sending these ethical questions, but we're going to point you back to the rules because those are the rules that we utilize to regulate this practice. I believe Melissa had the floor. Melissa, you had a comment.
I was just gonna say, I think they should do exactly what you're saying, because it doesn't automatically appear to be a violation. There is some conflict in, you know, information in here that needs to be verified, but it could very well be a legitimate referral and a legitimate service. So I agree with going back to the rules. And I also don't know you know, exactly where this is located, but in some of the areas, you know, if your child is in a school and they need the services, they do. But I would say, again, refer to the rules, because it doesn't automatically seem like a violation.
Right. Any other comments pertaining to this information? And I will also encourage us to consider taking up an ethical scenario like this and put this in our PowerPoint. This is one that we can probably put in our presentation too. This is a good one to put. Okay. All right. Next item on the agenda is Melissa Bishop. LCFW requesting renewal late fee be waived.
Is that a possibility? Can we waive late fees? Is that a possibility? Do we have that option?
It's not precedent.
She wants to be- Something about being double charged.
Yes, if it's a double charge, of course.
Well, I don't see anything else on here. Emily, I know there's so many that come through. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Yes, she renewed at 12:22 a.m. So it was actually September 1st, not August 31st. So it charged her the lapse license fee.
Oh, so no, we can't do that. I
I mean,
mean,
you can tell because that's when she was emailing us.
oh, okay. So the deadline to renew your license is August 31st every year. And we always try to encourage people to press that send button before 11:50. But we can't, if the system is counting it as September 1st, it's not us. The system counts that as late and the fee would be assessed.
And when does it open? When did we open it and allow renewals? I know the deadline was August 31st, but what was the earliest you were able to?
June.
June? Okay, so there was no requirement to wait until August 31st.
Right. So what she's saying is she was 5 minutes delayed due to the new software system.
We cannot, the system, what is it, June 1st to August 31st, I think the window was, yeah. So,
Now, we were launching, so I don't remember if it was June 5th, maybe. I can't remember exactly, but it was the beginning of June.
yeah, so, yeah, so.
So I would then,
So there's no compliance hearing on this and there's no refund of the money.
Right.
It's just
And
it's nothing we can
I don't
do.
mind saying, I was putting my CEUs in and I renewed at probably 12:05 and I had to pay extra. And I beat myself up and went to bed.
I don't mind saying I renewed in June.
All right, y'all. Okay, so I want to say thank you so much, board, for us getting through,
do I have to make a motion? on
You
this,
rock.
or-
no, I mean,
Don't have a.
there's no, yeah, it's just different. And we rocked our way through getting the board. So I am going to, take a recess. We need a recess. and then we can transition in the strategic planning meeting. And so the time now is 10:40. We are gonna come back on the strategic planning and start that one at, that agenda at 10:50. Okay, we need a break. So thank you so much for your time, and we'll be back in 10 minutes. Take a pause. The same.